Welcome everyone to Shadow over Gloomshire. This is a multi-session adventure for Dragonbane. This was one of the first third-party adventures that I bought when I purchased the Dragonbane box set years ago, and I have not yet run this. This is my first time. I've read through it, and the first time I looked at it, I thought, oh, I'll never run that. It's not my style. But the more I have played Dragonbane, the more I realize this is exactly my style, and I've tweaked it a little bit from how it's written, but it's still pretty close. So we're going to jump into the adventure, and let me grab my notes, and we'll hop right in. All right. The common room of the roadside inn is warm against the chill of the evening. Rain taps softly against the shutters, while travelers crowd around the hearth, sharing food, drink, and rumors from distant roads. A lone bard stands atop a barrel near the fire. He's a lean man with a weathered face and a neatly trimmed beard streaked with gray. His patched green cloak hangs from his shoulders, and a battered lute rests in his hands. The room quiets as he strums a few notes and clears his throat dramatically. "Friends, travelers, and brave fools," he calls. "Gather close and lend me your ears, for tonight I sing of a place where shadows grow long, where crows gather by the hundreds, and where the dead are said to walk beneath the moon." A few of the patrons here at the roadside inn exchange uneasy glances, and the bard grins. "Ah, you've heard the rumors then? Good. Rumors make for poor stories, and poor stories make for poor coin. Allow me to improve both." And he plucks a slow, haunting melody from his lute. "The place is called Gloomshire, and at the name several older patrons make signs against evil. And the bard notices and nods knowingly. Listen now to Bellamy. Even now the roads at Gloomshire grow dangerous. Merchants avoid the valley. Hunters vanish into the woods. Some say a bell tolls in the night, though none can find the tower from which it rings." And his voice lowers. "And every time it tolls, something wicked grows stronger." Then he begins to sing, and I'm going to post this song into the chat. "In times long past our merry town was bustling with people, the richest around. From lands afar came pilgrims, highborne and low, to pay respects to the order of the Blue Rose. Before a god long forgotten they bowed and kneeled, basked in the glory their spirits healed. But one day came Morrigan, queen of the night, and brought about a time of spite. Brother fought brother, friends became foes, and so came the end of the Blue Rose. The paladins were exiled, much to their dismay. Now all the folks could do was kneel down and pray. Their prayers were answered, a hero came forth. Her name was Fiona, she drew her sword. She struck Morrigan, the demon, with force divine, and so ended the woe, and the demons resigned. The dark times were over, and evil was gone, but Gloomshire has yet to see a new dawn." And the final notes linger in the air as she finishes playing. And she looks around the room sadly, and for a moment nobody speaks. Then someone near the back scoffs, "Just an old tale," and there's a few nervous laughs that follow, and Bellamy slowly lowers his lute. "Perhaps." But then he reaches into his cloak and produces a folded piece of parchment. "Then perhaps someone can explain why this arrived 3 days ago." He unfolds the letter and reads aloud. "To any soul willing to aid us, the dead walk the forests. The roads are unsafe. We have lost too many already. If help exists beyond the valley, send it quickly." And the room grows quiet again, as Bellamy folds up the parchment. "That message came from Gloomshire," and he looks around the room. 2 caravans have vanished on the road there in the past month. Hunters speak of crows following them for miles. Refugees whisper of shambling corpses among the trees. And the bard's usual smile is gone now. And every tale ends the same way as he glances towards a darkened window. The bell. And as though summoned by the words, you hear thunder rumbling in the distance, and several of the patrons flinch visibly. But Bellamy just shrugs. Maybe it's all nonsense, and he slings the lute over his shoulder. Maybe Gloomshire is merely suffering through a hard season. But then he fixes all of you with a knowing look. But if the old legends are true, if darkness truly stirs once more in that forgotten valley, then perhaps what Gloomshire needs is not another song. Perhaps it needs heroes. The fire pops loudly, and outside the rain continues to fall, and somewhere, far beyond the hills, hidden in a valley that few dare visit, a bell begins to toll. That is the intro to Shadow over Gloomshire. We're going to jump right to the meat of the adventure. It's assumed that, being brave heroes, you would take him up on this offer to go and rescue the folk of Gloomshire. So we're going to take you there. And grab this here. The village of Gloomshire is covered in a dense shadow. The sky is always dark. Rain seems to fall perpetually, and the people look down at their feet, almost unafraid to look up at that dark and cloudy sky. And as you enter in through the east gate, right over here, you see that the town is is surrounded by a palisade. And this village's main entrance faces the forest road, and these gates are built with thick spruce logs and opened with a rope and pulley. They are kept open until dusk. Now you can see what looks like a traveling caravan has set up camp outside the gates. The guards had tried to warn the people that it's not safe at night, but the carnival opens at dusk. The sun is swiftly fading, and as you get close to the east gate, the lights begin to come on at the carnival. And I'll take us there. Now there are a few merchants have set up shops here. You can see the distant town in the background, including a few larger buildings. But for the most part, these are small wooden structures, and people begin to mill about. This seems to be the first bit of excitement that has come to Gloomshire in some time. And as you arrive here at the carnival, let's start with Perlin. Maybe give us a quick description of what someone would see. If this were a movie and Perlin comes on screen, what would we see, and what would Perlin think or want to do at this carnival?
Well, when you see Perlin, he's a rather small, furry little cat. He has gray fur, as he's rather old, and he wears blue robes and carries a staff which he walks with. He would likely be looking for something that would catch his interest. He likes shiny things, and anything that provides a mesmerizing, shiny appeal to it, he would certainly be enraptured by.
Lots of shiny things here. There are many folk out here that are selling, we might call them trinkets, but they might call them charms, things to protect against evil. And the townsfolk seem to flock to this sort of thing. There's also quite a lot of food vendors. The smell of sizzling meat and roasted vegetables fills the air. And as Perlin walks in, along comes another cat, and this is Flavius. And Flavius, what would we see when Flavius steps into the carnival on the way to the town of Gloomshire?
Yeah, you see Flavius. He's a cat person. He's purple. He finds somewhere in the crowd, or off of the crowd, a place where he can sort of sit down and lean up against something and play his lyre. Not really trying to draw a crowd, but just, playing for ambiance.
And there are a few people that are busking. There's someone out there that's juggling, and a few others, and they seem to. At first, they take notice of you playing your lyre, and again, you're not trying to draw a crowd, but you get a look like, hey, this is our turf. But then, after a time, they go back to smiling and continue to play. You don't think you've offended anyone, but you get the feeling that these carnival folk have their eye on you. Now, coming up next, we have a frogkin. This is Zaba the Mistwalker. And what would we see when Zaba steps into the carnival?
Ribbit.
Ribbit.
Yeah, Zaba is he's pretty kind of beefy for a frogkin, but you can tell he's seen some stuff. He's got a weathered face and a big scar across his cheek, and like penetrating different colored eyes. He's got like standard demon hunter kind of gear with like the dark cloak and hat and everything, but he'd kind of sort of stand off to the shadows and sort of just smoke his pipe, just sort of watching the scene, taking it all in and just observing things.
Nice. Coming up behind you is another frogkin. This is Pio. And I assume it's pronounced Pio. And Pio, describe yourself for us, and what would Pio do?
Piolika, or Pio, is a slightly smaller frogkin than Zaba. Looks maybe young, but definitely adult age, but like, youngish on the young side. She will be like looking in wonder up at all the stalls and people milling about, and just like wide-eyed and glassy expression as she like is so excited to be around, and she'll like fall behind Zaba and then hurriedly move to catch up when she realizes he's far ahead.
And bringing up the rear, we have a rather stern-looking mallard named Makander. And Makander, go ahead and describe what one might see, and what would your opinion be of this carnival?
The carnival's a lot of pomp and circumstance, but Makander's just kind of waddling along in a self-serious manner. But he does seem to awkwardly pose, as if people need to kind of notice his grandeur.
Yeah, would you at all be worried about thieves in a carnival like this? Maybe you've heard these people are not to be trusted. Kidnapping, burglary, things like that.
More about the little froglings.
Ah.
No one's gonna mess with Makander of Half Bay.
Right.
That would be foolish. But I'm keeping an eye on the little ones.
Yeah, Pio is wide-eyed, like, ooh, look at all this stuff, and that's a good mark for someone to lure into their tent and rob or kidnap. And so you're being protective. Now, when we get there, in fact, Pio, give me an awareness roll. Get our first roll of the adventure going here. There's a lot to see, and it's easy to become distracted. Do you want to push that roll?
No, I think I'm good.
Yeah. You're looking around, and maybe Zaba, you hear someone kind of almost like a hissing, pshoo, pshoo, and you're not sure what that is, and the cats immediately perk up like, what? And then you look over, and there's a woman, and she's seated at a small. It's like a small canopy, a small tent maybe, and the flaps are open, and there's a table inside covered with a cloth, and you can see a few candles burning in there, and she's gesturing with her hands at your group. Come here, come here. And Zaba, what would you make of that?
I don't know if I trust this. but I might as well go see what she has to say.
Does everyone go with Zaba, or do you kind of go about your own things here at the carnival?
Oh yeah, curiosity killed the cat every time.
Absolutely. I assume the cats would
Recommend
just like a
hands
laser
in
beam
pockets.
pointing in there. Yeah. And,
Exactly.
Pockets.
and Makander, here you see, oh great, we're all being lured into a tent. What could go wrong? And Makander, I would assume you dutifully follow.
Oh yeah. I'm watching them, and I'm just telling them to put their hands in their pockets, keep an eye on everything.
Nice. When you get in there, I've got a picture. Let me find the picture real quick. Here's the picture. The woman looks down at Zaba and says, "Good sir, won't you come sit?" And you see she has cards that she has laid out on her table.
Darrow. Okay.
Would you know your fortune? What the future portends for you, the tides and currents of your life.
I tend to like surprises, but okay. What have you got for me?
Excellent. And I'm going to take us all to another map. This is her table, and she's got 3 cards that she deals out. Now, the tides and currents of your life are in the river of time. No one commands the river, but from time to time, as the wind blows, the river is pushed aside, and we see what lies beneath. Your first card, and she draws a card, and she lets out a little bit of a, interesting. The Hermit.
I like that guy.
Yes, this could represent you, or perhaps your future. It may come to pass that you find yourself alone, and this may not be a bad thing, or perhaps someone you meet that is alone, and you may befriend them. I get a sense that this card bodes well for your future. And she turns over the next card, and she lets out a gasp. And she looks at you with a look of almost shock on her face. The tower.
Looks like things went wrong.
Oh, they went wrong indeed. And she looks at the lightning striking the building, the flames, people falling to their death. Yes, indeed. Some who were in a high place will find themselves cast down. This could be one of you. This could be someone you know or hold dear. And she looks
Will
at
we do the casting?
Exactly, who will throw this one down? And she looks at the last card and says, before I can turn over this card, you must cross my palm with silver. And she holds out a hand.
Of course. Sorry, fresh out.
Huh. The future will be untold, then. And she begins to gather up the cards, and she looks at everyone else as though as someone curious enough to want to pay.
Fortune is made, not read.
She peeks at the card and looks at you. Indeed. Very well. She scoops up the card. May you be well blessed in your life and your journeys, however long they might be. And then she bids you to exit her tent, and you find yourself back out into the carnival. Now, the main gate to the town is still open, but a call comes out. The gate will be closing in 5 minutes. All who wish to remain outside, may you have the luck of the gods to watch over you. For your own good, come inside. And the guards begin to pace nervously around the palisade around the city. Perlin, you cast Tweety Bird. This gives you a boon to awareness rolls. This only works outdoors. Give me an awareness roll. With the boon, you get a success. You become aware that most of the townsfolk quickly drop whatever they were doing and begin to head in towards the building. And the folk in the carnival look at each other like they're serious, like we're just getting started. And they look a little perturbed that everyone from the village seems to be heading back in.
Well, I suppose I'm looking for what the reason may be for bringing everyone inside the city walls.
Well, you see a few clouds up in the sky. It's a little dark and gloomy. It doesn't look like bad weather or anything like that. Maybe you overhear a few people whispering to themselves, "Yes, we've got to get in. It's nearly time. They'll be here before long."
Well, it sounds like something perhaps dangerous might be approaching. Perhaps it would be wise to go inside.
What about all the poor carnival workers? They just abandon them? If it's dangerous, they just leave them out for whatever's coming?
Well, I suppose that's perhaps why they gave the order for all to go inside. Perhaps they wish to avoid anyone being out here when the danger inevitably arrives.
I don't mind staying outside, at least until everybody's inside.
Yeah, I don't feel like I should leave these people out here if there actually is a danger.
I'm not afraid. She sort of puffs out her chest.
Yes, perhaps it would be best if we were to see that everyone is made safe.
Well, many of the carnival folk seem to have no intention of leaving their stalls. This is their livelihood, their belongings. They don't want to just walk away and leave everything out here, and they wouldn't have time to put everything away anyway. Many of them begin to implore you, "Please come over here. We've items for sale. Don't listen to the guards. They're just trying to frighten you away."
Is this your first carnival here? Have you been here before?
No, this is our first time in Gloomshire. We were making the rounds, and they were next on our schedule. We'll be here for only 2 nights, and this is terrible. The guards are putting a halt to this. This is how we live.
And no warning or understanding of why the rush?
They said something about some existential dread or something to frighten the locals, as though the dead could rise up and walk. Who's ever heard of such things? Not I.
I have.
You have?
I have. Yes.
Well,
I would recommend you follow the people. People don't display that much fear for utter nonsense. Why would there be patrols on the walls?
Give me a persuasion roll with a boon.
I'm not the most persuasive. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, persuasion with a boon.
Seven. Oh, you got it. He says, "Well, if one of your stature is afraid to be out here, then I suppose..."
I'm not afraid.
Oh.
Let's restate that. I wouldn't say fear. I'm more concerned for your own livelihood.
Well, you're not going to rob my stall if I leave, are you?
I am going to join you. I would like to escort all of you inside.
Well, let us close up quickly. We'll return once the locals have seen it safe. And they began to quickly bring down sheets of oilskin over their stalls to protect from the rain and cover some of their belongings, grabbing the lock boxes that jingle with coins, and begin to follow you into Gloomshire. Does everyone go in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the locals welcome you, and the guards, hurry, quickly, we must shut the doors. And let's go into the village of Gloomshire. So we are over here at the east gate. We've just gone inside, and we can see a few locations in here. Walking down the main
map
street.
is black for me. I'm not sure if it is for everyone else.
I can't see anything.
Well,
It's the same. There's like a delay in loading.
let's see if I've got the light. Oh, you know what? It probably would help if I did this. Let me reload that.
It's visible now.
Can you all see it now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Sorry about that. There we
No
go.
problem.
Well, now you can see the city. So you can see we just came in through the east gate, and you can see looking down the main thoroughfare, there is a village square with a well. And off to your left-hand side, you see a storefront called Gree's Store. And you can see a few other larger buildings, including a huge mansion with multiple floors and a tower over here in the southeastern quadrant of the city. And let me grab a token here for the party. And so that's the party right there. Where do you want to go now that you've made it inside? The many of the locals are going to their homes, and others seem to be heading up here and hanging a right, probably going to the Slippery Fox Inn. But you're welcome to explore.
Is there... Flavius is trying to see, is there a gate that, like, all the guards are clustered around, or, like, a point of interest for them? More thinking about this concern.
So there seem to be 3 gates. There's the east gate over here. There's the west gate that you can see through the main thoroughfare. There's also some towers near those gates. And there's a gate to the north as well that has guard towers.
Would they let us up on the parapet to observe? Or is this pretty much city watch only? I'm just curious.
With that persuasion roll, they might. If you can give a reason why you might want to be up there.
Okay. Well, just I think from I hear this bell tolling. I've brought the carnival inside the attendees out of a fear. I want to make sure that this was founded, that I didn't just have people abandon their stalls.
Yeah.
For an unfounded threat.
You want to see a threat? Come up here. They'll be here before long. And you climb up onto the parapet next to the wooden palisade. And it takes about 15 minutes or so before you begin to see movement. And the movement you see at first is very disconcerting. They look to be like some sort of wolf, some sort of strange creature. Looks like a wolf, but looks very wild. And I've got a picture. This is straight from the adventure.
Oh.
Stygian wolves. They're here. We knew they would be. That's but the least of our concerns. They always herald the arrival of the dead. Had you been out there, you'd be their next meal. And the wolves began to howl in the woods near the east gate, and you hear howls coming from all around the city as though Gloomshire has been surrounded.
Those wolves are undead themselves?
I don't know if they're living or dead, but I do know you don't want to be caught with one of them. That would prove very unfortunate for any who fall victim to the wolves. We've had a few villagers go missing that have not returned home at night, and, well, we found some of their remains, bones and whatnot. No one survives the wolves.
Why
You know
doesn't
where
a
the-
hunting party go out and kill them?
Well, that's who went out after them. They didn't get very far. We found their bodies a few days later. These wolves are very fierce. I fear that they are not among the living. I think they are some hybrid of demon and wolf. More dead than alive, but they can bleed. We've struck a few with arrows, and we have seen blood. So it is presumed that they can be slain. But we're better off just to hole up here in town.
And this is a nightly occurrence?
Every night. Every night for the past 3 months at least.
Do you know where they come from? With their sources?
It seems as though they first came from the north. They were first spotted in the forest between here and the cemetery to the north. Every now and then we hear a bell toll. I think it's coming from the cemetery. It was after the first tolling of the bell that we saw the wolves. That's when the dead began to show up as well. The more we hear the bell, the more we fear for our lives. If you're smart, you won't go down there and tangle with those wolves. Wait till the sun comes up. There won't be much light. These clouds are persistent, but at least the wolves seem to go away when the sun is up.
But on the other hand, we could go down and take care of the wolves.
If you would,
Well,
just leave your valuables here. I don't want to have to go out there and retrieve them when you're dead.
Oh, I'm not going to make it easy for you to take my valuables when I die.
What if you rise up? What if you walk like the rest of the dead around here?
What? And you say the dead are following the wolves? There's more coming?
Oh, these woods will be thick with the living dead before long.
Yeah, probably not advisable then.
There must be a reason.
Yeah, what happened 3 months ago?
3 months ago. Well, that's about the time when young Conrad von Walden began to act rather strange. He warned us that something terrible was coming, but no one listened, and then the dead arrived. Now we don't see much of him. In fact, he's not been seen for at least 2 weeks.
I assume he lives in that big house on the hill.
He does, yes. The mansion up there belongs to the von Walden family. They've been the aristocratic nobility here in Gloomshire. Their family has for generations. Haven't seen his parents around much either. We used to see them around town. They were late risers. They'd get up late in the afternoon, come down into the village, have a pint at the Slippery Fox with the rest of the dinner crowd, and then they'd go for their nightly walk around town. Haven't seen them for a while either. Seems as though all the people that have any influence have left us to suffer here.
Well, there's no reason to dwell on these dark things right now. I think that I should very much like a warm bed and a nap.
Well, you'll find a warm bed at the Slippery Fox Inn. There's rooms to let there. We don't get many visitors. Although with these carnival folk in town, you'd best hurry before all the best rooms are taken.
Ah, yes. I find that one fights best when their energy has been saved by a good night's rest.
Well, we'll keep the gates secure for you. But, I'm afraid you're stuck here in town until morning.
Makes sense.
And I suppose a drink would do us proper.
Yeah.
Should we go to the Slippery Fox?
Yes,
Yeah.
let's.
This is I've got a picture of the sign that hangs out front. This is the only establishment with any semblance of homeliness in Gloomshire. This cozy and lively inn is said to have gotten its name from a fox that escaped the grasp of a hunter. It is run by Esther Emberleaf, a mallard, who has traveled from far to set up a shop here. Now, let me take us to the Slippery Fox Inn. You guys can see that, right? That one lights up?
Yes.
Has light? Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect. Now, when you walk in, there is a holy symbol of tarnished silver that hangs above the entrance. And many folk in here are drinking pints of Gloomshire ale, and speaking amongst themselves. And you see many of the people you saw at the carnival, some of the locals. They've come here, and the mood seems to be mixed. You see a few folk that are rather excited, probably because, hey, we had a carnival. We got to live a little for at least an hour or two, as well as those who look as though they have never seen darker days than these. And there's a few people in here that might draw your attention. There are 2 wolfkin that are over playing dice, as well as a couple of humans that are drinking, and one of them looks over at Flavius and raises his mug and says, "A toast to you, my lord. Will you come and drink with humble folk like ourselves?"
Oh, well, yes. Cheers, friend. You have a good eye.
Yes, come and sit. And you will hear a rumor here at the Slippery Fox. You hear 2 rumors. One is, I saw Bones climb out of the well the other night. That guy gives me the shivers. And the other says, the ale here is brewed with water from the graveyard pond. That's what makes it Gloomshire ale. Here, have a sip. And he slides a mug towards you.
Curious, interesting, and I think he'd even hesitate. He'd find that quite nifty what the plebeians get up to.
Do you pretend to drink, or just kind of listen and hold your mug?
I think he would try to just listen and drink it. Yeah, he would actually drink it.
Yeah, you take a sip, and it's not great. This is poor folk ale. You're maybe used to finer wines and ales, and this tastes like it was made from pond water. But there's a little bit of a kick to it. A little warmth in the back of your throat. And the men seem to be overjoyed that you would sit and speak with them. Now, what about Perlin? When you come in, do you go and sit with anyone or order a drink?
No. I think Perlin is quite taxed from his journeys today. He will find perhaps where the hearth is and find a chair and doze off to sleep.
Yeah, there's a nice chair near the hearth. It's very warm and toasty, and as you curl up, it's very comfortable. You forget the worries of the road, and your eyes close, and you're kind of half asleep. Your ear is sort of listening for speech, but you feel comfortable here. What about Zaba?
Yeah, Zaba, he loves pond water.
Exactly.
So he's definitely, I think, gonna have a pint of their finest ale. He might also sit with the people playing dice and see if he can get in on a game or something and hear some rumors or something, or ask them about the Von Waldens or something.
Yeah,
supposedly they used to come here.
They introduce themselves as Ulf and Bjorn, and they are busily playing at dice, and they look at you. Do you know how to play dice?
Maybe. It can't be that hard, can it?
No. Put a little money on the table. We'll show you how this works.
Okay. What's it cost?
Well, what have you got?
To be honest, only a handful of silver, but...
Well, start with 1. Put 1 there on the table.
Yeah, I can do that easily.
Yeah. Now, we're gonna roll. High roll wins this round. And I'm gonna roll 2 d20s, and you can roll 1 as well. This is Ulf and Bjorn's rolls. The high roll's a 12. Can you beat a 12? Yes, you do. You win there. You get your silver back plus 2 additional silver.
Oh, I like this game.
They say, very good, very good. You ask about the Von Waldens. They haven't left their mansion in weeks. I hope they keep it that way. It's finally nice and quiet here in town. Now, one more game. Low roll this time. What do you say?
Oh, low roll?
Yeah, low roll.
Sure. Yeah, I'll do it. For 1?
1 silver. Oh, can you beat a 4?
Oh, dear.
No. Luck's not with you. and you'll lose 1 silver, but you're still up a little bit.
Yeah.
And you continue to go back and forth playing with these wolfkin, and they seem to be good folk. These are hardworking folk, and they just live in a really crummy sort of town where things are going poorly. Now, Pio, you walk in here and eyes wide and lots of people and bright colors and smells and aromas. What would Pio do?
I think Pio is going to try to act like she is totally comfortable and like has been to a bunch of these places. She's going to stare disapprovingly at Zaba as he indulges in drink and gambling.
And gambling, like what a bad influence here.
And so she's going to frown slightly, but she's going to go hang out by the hearth and pull out her little leather book and start reading it.
Ooh. Give me a performance roll as you come in and act like this is, you're a frequenter of these sorts of places. You don't want to look like the new rube in town. And people can tell. They're like, this one here, putting on a brave face, but no. And someone comes up and says, "Hey, friend, I should warn you, someone's letting undead into the village at night. I wouldn't be surprised if it was Oddmar and Endla. It's good for business, They run the general store."
What?
It's easy to sell stuff when you got undead beating down your doors.
Why don't the guards know about this?
I'm sure they know about it, but they got their hands full with the gates. So best be on your guard.
Someone must do something.
Now
she'll look around, unsure, but
with
resolute.
With your failed performance roll, you're not sure if they're just putting you on. Like they're just trying to scare the new person in town. Do you want to push that performance roll?
Oh no, Pio is gullible, so she
Nice.
believes in anything that anybody tells her.
Perfect. So yeah, apparently the dead roam the streets now, not just out in the forest, but now in the streets. And you sit down with your book, and you can't help but think like, oh my goodness, how bad is this going to be? And then the Esther Emberleaf comes by with a great tray, and she says, "Dinner's ready. We've got turnip mash and grilled crow skewers. Come and get them while they're hot." And she begins to hand them out to people that produce coins. If anyone wants to eat any turnip mash that's grilled over charcoal or grilled crow skewers, you can get some of each. It would run you 5 copper, so that would be half a silver. So if you only have silver, you could reduce 1 and pick up 5 copper as change, and you could indulge in that. But you don't have to if you don't want to eat the local fare.
I'll eat.
Perlin will produce a gold coin and say, yes, please, if you could find me a mouse, I would be most obliged to you and would pay for it, as I don't care for this mushy food, but a mouse that's still living, that is what I prefer for dinner.
Their eyes grow huge when they see that gold coin. Yes, sir. And they take the coin and they actually back away, kind of bowing to you, and then as they turn, you see them bite the coin to make sure it's real gold, and then they go, a mouse! Someone find a mouse! Go and check the grain bin. There's sure to be mice in there. And some of the people are like, what? No, nothing. Enjoy your ale. And they quickly go searching for a mouse. Now, this would have been awesome, Luke, if you had your mouse character here. So that would be amazing. What about... sorry, go ahead, Ubik.
I was just going to say, I thought cats liked birds. I say as I bite into my crow.
And it's delicious crow. I mean, it's not stringy or filled with parasites at all. It definitely tastes good.
Oh, yes, but of course I prefer my food to be raw and wriggling. I like a live mouse for my dinners. I like to play with it first before I eat it. I suppose it's just something us cats like to do.
Esther comes back with a little silver tray, and it has the little topper on it, like a chef might present a fine meal. And as she lifts it up on a little piece of stringy brown lettuce, you see this fat little mouse eating a tiny piece of cheese. And he looks at you, and his little black beady eyes kind of blink a few times as his whiskers are moving back and forth as he's shoving cheese in his mouth quickly. And she holds it out to you, Perlin.
Well, Perlin will proceed to part it for a few minutes as it tries to run away, and he catches it by the tail before he promptly then swallows it whole.
Some of the locals look at you with a look of absolute disgust. Just, ugh. And then they go back to eating their crow that, who knows how old that crow is that they're eating. But they'll stick with what they know. Now, McCander, you come into the Slippery Fox Inn and you see that some of the others have gone their way, kind of doing their thing. What would McCander do?
I think first he shakes his head at the cat destroying the local economy. He'll light his pipe, and then he's going to try to convince the caravan people to try to move, or the carnival, to advocate for them to move and to do their performances on the next night inside the village. Not the stage outside. I've seen the wolves outside. It's too dangerous.
Give me sorry, I was going to have you give me a roll for that. I'll let you continue on.
Okay.
Go ahead, what you were saying.
Well, I think the other thing is he wants to ask the barkeep and people their opinion of the local gentry, the local family.
The Van Waldens, yeah. Give me a persuasion roll with a boon to some of the locals. Maybe the one that you spoke directly to outside is in here. Make a persuasion roll with a boon. And you get a dragon. Excellent. So that will let you try to improve your persuasion at the end of the session. Because you already had a good relationship with this person as far as you warned them and they took you up on it, and then you can explain what you saw. They agree wholeheartedly. Oh, I'm so glad we listened to you. We hear the wolves out there howling, and that could have been us. We could have been the mouse that the cat just ate. And they thank you and offer to buy you a drink.
Oh, no need to buy me a drink. It's absurd that they let you set up outside of the town and did not force you in.
Well, they didn't want us in here, which I know. What's up with the local gentry? I can't imagine anything worse than that, But apparently, we asked around, and the family hasn't been seen. Old Conrad von Walden, he's the son. We were supposed to talk to him about coming here and doing what we're doing, but then he's not here. We'd sent a letter a month ago arranging this, and we'd got approval, but now he's not here, so who knows what to think. And you can't help but notice at a table sitting by herself is a young woman. She looks maybe mid-20s or so, maybe late 20s, and she's drowning her sorrows in ale. You can hear her gentle whimpers as she sips at her mug and wipes her eyes with the back of her hand, and she just looks down in her cup as though wishing she were somewhere else.
Miss, what might be the matter?
And she looks at you, her eyes rimmed with tears. And she says, "Oh, me husband, Jurgen, he disappeared recently. I don't know where he's gone, but I fear for his life. It's been 2 days. He ain't come back. He was sent on a job by the Van Waldens. Got word that they needed his help out in the old cemetery. So he went out there, times being hard and whatnot, and now he ain't come back. I don't know what might have happened to my man, but I'm afraid I'm a widow now."
They sent him to a cemetery to do work.
Yeah, apparently there's an old church out there. Church of the Blue Rose, it's called. I guess they needed some sort of renovating in there, but ain't none worshipped in there for a long time. I guess folk with money spend it however they please. Maybe he thought he'd beautify the cemetery a bit, but I just don't know.
How far away is this cemetery?
Oh, it'd take about an hour walk from here to there, but it's through the woods. You best not go at night. No, sir.
Yeah. Well, perhaps we'll look into that. No guarantees, but
Oh, if you find my Jurgen, please let me know. I'd be forever in your debt if you bring him back alive. But even if he ain't, I'd like to know one way or the other. You'd be putting me heart at ease if he were to be passed. I might mourn him properly, but now the hope is more painful than the sorrow, if you know what I mean.
I might have to have a talk with these Von Waldens.
Oh, if you see him, you tell him they still owe us for the job as well. And she leans forward and says, "Do you suppose I might give you a hug? Could use the comfort."
You know who would be the little frog over there that just tried to do a performance? She'd probably be a better candidate for a hug.
Oh, she gets up and rushes across the room, kind of weaving in and out of people, and goes right up to Pio and throws her arms around Pio. "Oh, bless you. Bless you. Thank you for your comfort. Your friend said you'd be willing." And she just leans into you, kind of rocking you gently back and forth.
I think Pia looks extremely surprised and is looking around. She doesn't push her away or anything, but she looks like, what is happening?
Like personal space. This woman is very, very much deep into this hug. She's leaning her head against you and rubbing your back as though she's trying to squeeze every bit of comfort from you that she can. And you have no idea what her story is. Just some woman came up and just started hugging you. But she seems to really, really need this, is the feeling you get. Do you say anything to her?
I think Pio just says, there.
They're there.
It's okay. She's trying to slowly wriggle out of the hug, but she's not she doesn't look like she's patting her on the back a little bit as she does it.
Well, give me a persuasion roll.
All right.
Oof.
Oof.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those awkward hugs where you're patting really hard, like let go, let go, let go. Do you push that roll?
No.
Okay. Yeah, she kind of leans back and wipes her eyes and, well, I needed that. Just what the doctor ordered. Thank you. And she takes a few steps back and goes back to her table and sits with her drink. And she's got a little bit of a bounce in her step. That hug did her wonders, even though it's a mystery why she came and hugged you. And you might look over and see McCander looking at you knowingly. I don't know if you've seen the meme with the Jeremiah Johnson where Robert Redford kind of nods his head. He's got the big beard and stuff after he catches a beaver in a trap. McCander kind of gives you that look like, oh yeah. The mood begins to soften as people finish their meals and drink and begin to leave, and the room becomes less crowded. And Esther Emberleaf comes over and asks if you'll be staying the night. And she looks at Perlin. I think he's already asleep. I'm going to charge him for that chair, you know. He seems to have money, she says out loud. She looks at...
I suppose we are.
I've a room. Do you want private rooms, or I can put you in a big communal room? We got bunk beds.
I mean, I suppose most of us could do with that. I don't know about our lordly one.
Yeah, Flavius, would you deign to sleep with the rabble?
He just kind of sings a sad twang on his lyre and then says, "One does what one must."
Ribbit.
It's like me going to family reunions. I know the feeling. And you've got the opportunity now. You can go to bed for the night. We can go to the morning, or if there's anything you want to do at night, Gloomshire is at your disposal.
McAnder we'll call it a night.
Yep, I think Pio will
Probably
as well.
call it Yeah, I'd probably call it a night the first night.
Yeah. You can all go and get a good night's rest. So on your character sheet, you can click on the bad one. That will recover all your conditions, any willpower you may have spent, as well as no one lost hit points, but you can recover all of that. So it's under your willpower. You'll see the little bed in a square. That's the shift rest. Excellent. And let's go back to the village of Gloomshire. In the morning, when you wake up, you expect to see the sun coming through the window, but it's just as gloomy as it was at night. The skies are still overcast. It's just a little bit lighter outside, but it's very, very glum. And the rain has lessened, but it's still drizzling outside a little bit. There is a meager breakfast here at the Slippery Fox. It's mostly cheese and eggs, but there's something there. There is also a very plump mouse. It's got a tiny blueberry stuffed in its mouth, like a suckling pig might have an apple. This has a little blueberry in its mouth. There's a little garnish of sweet potato next to it, and that's on a plate, and that's been set aside for Perlin.
Yes, thank you. Very good. Perlin will provide another gold coin for his meal and his stay, and give his gratitude to the keeper of the inn.
They are overjoyed at the money. In fact, you can see that the look in their eyes, like this might buy our way out of Gloomshire, as they see, how much can we get out of this kitty? Maybe we can. First of all, how many mice are left in town? We got to go find more mice. And you will see a notice up on the board at the inn that says that they're looking for mice, and they will pay 5 copper for a fat mouse, and that's only gone up since you had gone to bed. So they're already showing their capitalistic side, making money where they can. Now, as you come out of the Slippery Fox, directly in front of you is the Chapel of Light. This is the local church in town. You can also hear a few people at the village square that are milling about. From here you can see the barracks up to the north, near the north gate. There's also the main council hall next to the Chapel of Light. There is the odds and ends store kind of down in the southwest corner, as well as the brewery. There's the Von Walden Mansion Orgrees store as well. Where would you like to go? And the cemetery is up through the north gate, about an hour's journey through the woods.
Should we go have a talk with these Von Waldens?
Yeah, disappointing family as of yet. I don't know if there's a story behind that.
Now, as you walk from the Slippery Fox south, you'll go through the village square, and the square is in a sad state. It's overgrown with weeds that slither from cracks in the pavement, and there's a few market stalls covered with drab canopies that only add to the desolation that you feel. The well seems to have dried out many years ago. That's why the Gloomshire ale is made from pond water that is fetched from elsewhere. Sounds like from the cemetery, if that's to be believed. There's also a few people that mill about, and they don't get too close to the well. They give it a little bit of a wide berth. You head down towards the Von Walden Mansion, where the road meanders as it slowly ascends up the large hill in town where the mansion is situated. And let me take us to the Von Walden Mansion.
I was actually going to ask on the way there.
Yep.
If we could have peeked in the well, because we did hear the story about this guy crawling out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I just kind of wanted to look in and see just what I could see in there.
Give me a spot hidden roll as you get up to the edge of the well. And you see some of the villagers look at you like, what's he doing? Almost anxiously. It's pretty dark in there. You're more than welcome to push the roll if you like, but it's definitely
I'll push it.
dark. Nice.
Yeah.
Perfect. You see, I'm going to take us to a map here. I don't have a map with the well, so this puddle of water will represent the well. And I'm going to put some tokens here, so Zaba is kind of by the well, and I'll assume the others are nearby.
Goddess, I'm about to jump out and attack me.
Yeah. So, but at least you'll get the jump on it because you happen to look down in the well and see it. You see a. I should have a picture. Yeah, there's a picture of it. You see a terrible-looking bat-like creature that flies up from the well.
Whoa!
It is large. It is huge. Huge bat-like creature, as well as several skeletons that creep up from the well. And when that winged horror sees you, everything happens at once, and there is a flurry of action. Now,
my goodness.
I'm going to take us into initiative. This is our first combat of the adventure. So if you go to the Two Crossed Swords tab on the right side toolbar of Foundry, you will see a hand of cards next to your character's name. Dragonbane uses a card-based initiative system. Cards are numbered 1 through 10. 1 goes before 2, and so on. You'll draw a card for yourself, and it will reshuffle and draw automatically in future rounds. You just draw your first card. So let me have Pio and Makander draw a card. Do you see where to go to do that?
Let's see here.
So the right side toolbar, there's two crossed swords. Click on that.
Yes.
You'll see a little hand of cards next to your name. So click on the hand of cards.
Done it. Not enough cards in the initiative deck.
Ah, perfect. That's my fault then. Let me reset the initiative deck. Let's try that again.
All right, I've drawn a card.
There we go. And Makander, can you do the same for me? Do you see where to do that? Oh, did we lose you? Are you there? Ghost Monkey, are you with us?
Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to click on.
Oh, there we go. Perfect. Excellent. So, the skeleton will go first, and in your turn in combat, you get essentially one action. You can move and then do something. Now, that something can be an attack. It can also be to move again. Your movement is rated in a number of squares, or actually on your character sheet it's in meters. So if I look at, say, Makander, your movement is 8, so that's 8 meters. Well, each square is 2 meters, so it's 4 squares when it's your turn to move. Now, if you have the HUD up, it'll appear on your screen. You'll see next to your picture 4 green squares that will track your movement that you have available. But the skeleton gets to go first. And the skeleton will burst out, and he's going to attack Zaba. And so I'm.
Didn't you say I got the drop on him?
Oh, sorry. Yes, you did. Sorry. Yeah, I was going to change you with the skeleton. Thank you. Let me swap initiative with the skeleton. Perfect. Zaba, you're up first.
Okay. Since the main thing I see coming out of it is that giant bat thing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm targeting. And I guess I'm gonna pull up my light crossbow and fire that from where I'm standing.
Nice. And that is a miss. Do you push that roll?
Yeah. I'm scared.
There's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Nice, 9 points of damage, and it seems to pierce right into the thick hide of that. It doesn't seem to have any armor to protect it.
And I can back up a little, right?
Yes, you can back up. It's not quite at you yet, so you were firing as it's coming up, so you're more than welcome to move back.
Okay.
Perlin, you're up next.
Perlin would like to see if he could determine whether or not this bat is truly undead or some sort of other monstrosity.
Give me a beast lore roll. So, you know that born from the darkest of nightmares, this hulking, hairless bat is one of the most dangerous creatures in all of Gloomshire. Its claws and serrated teeth pierce through the thickest of armor, and its tongue and tail are strong enough to crush rock. They bring their prey back to their lair, often in dark, remote places, such as caves or abandoned towers, where all the victims can hope for is a swift death before being devoured by the horror or its spawn. You don't think it's undead. You think this is an actual living creature.
Well, does it seem to have any water that has gotten on it as it's been spending its time hiding in the well? Does it seem like it's water on it?
The well is actually dry.
Well, I still will use the same spell. Perlin will hiss and stand up on his haunches and make himself look big as he begins to wave his staff about and cast Sparky Spark.
Nice. So for those that are new with us, Perlin, we've changed the name of his spell so it fits the cat theme. So this is a lightning spell. You target, you succeed, you roll damage. Nice. So 8 damage to the winged horror. Now that will also continue to hit a random target within 2 meters, which is going to be a skeleton for 2d4. So if you want to roll 2d4 dice for me. Nice. I will apply 4 points to one of these skeletons. Excellent. And blood, if there were blood, comes out of the skeleton. That denotes that you've done at least half of its hit points in damage. And then Perlin backs away. Flavius, you're up next.
Yeah, I think, in fact, this is perfect. Surrounded by these frogs, I think Flavius will play a song about being far from home, you know.
Froggy Winter Horton?
Yeah. That sounds good too. Yes, perfect.
There's a hole. There's a frog in the log and a hole in the bottom of the sea.
Or Rainbow
Easy,
Connection
Dean
or something.
Green.
Go ahead and I think do you need to make a performance roll with musician? I don't. Think
I think
so.
by rules, I don't think you do.
Yeah, I don't think you do. I think if you just spend the willpower. Excellent. So is this a boons or a banes?
The boon to my frog friends. It doesn't quite go to Perlin, sadly, but
Nope.
everyone nearby.
Yeah, so McCander and the 2 frogs, you'll get a boon on any attack roll that you make while the music is being played. McCander,
Awesome. Thank you.
are up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. McCander will put himself in a position between him and his friends.
Nice. Now, if you want to target the enemy before you make an attack, perfect. And then you can click on your character sheet, click on like your battle axe or something. It'll pull up a second screen. It'll ask you, are you slashing? Are you toppling? Are there boons or banes? For the most part, you're just going to be slashing. But if you want to use any of the other stuff, like find the weak spot, if you have a piercing weapon, let me know. We can kind of go over those special.
And then for this, it's a slash with 1 boon, right?
Yep, exactly. So add a boon for the song, and then go ahead and strike away. We'll take the lowest of the 2 rolls. Not the demon, thank goodness. We'll take the 4. Go ahead and roll damage. Ooh, a solid hit. 11 damage. I'll apply that there. Blood flies out of the winged horror as you strike it. Now, the skeleton that was hit with lightning will charge out, and I'm going to randomly choose who it's going to go after. I made a little macro that I get a kick out of rolling, so we'll see who it goes after. It goes after Pio. So he's going to burst out of the well, and then he's going to skirt around McCander. It's going to take his whole action to get over to Pio. So he double moved, so he can't attack this round. He can just get in position for next round. And Pio, it's your turn.
So there's no attack of opportunity in this game, is there?
There is. So if you move away, you have to make an evade roll. And if you succeed, then he can't attack you. If you fail, then he'll get a free attack against you. Doesn't mean he'll hit, but he'll get the opportunity to hit you. So moving away, you can move away. You just have to make an evade roll to not get hit.
Okay. I want to use my heroic leap ability.
Leaping? Excellent.
Yes.
So if you click on leaping, it should ask if you want to spend the willpower.
Yes.
Yeah, perfect.
So leaping lets me I can move as far. I can jump as far as my movement rating.
Yeah, which is 12 meters. You could actually you
so-
could jump like up here onto this building or like lots of different places.
I'm just gonna jump at the bat.
Oh, nice. And you can. It
I-
says you can make it as part of an attack, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
I will try to jump to avoid. There's no acrobatics roll. Do I do the evade roll for the?
Yeah, do the evade roll first, please.
Okay, that sounds.
And you
good.
can make it with a boon
Oh, great.
for the song. Nice. Yep, you are
Hooray.
not attacked, and now you can make a melee attack with a boon against the bat. So you just target
excellent.
the bat. If you click on him and push T, it'll target him. There we go. And then go ahead and click on your
Swords.
weapon and add a boon.
Extra.
The 11 hits. Oh, so you rolled the skill, which is fine. We'll mathematically figure out the damage. But if you click on the main page on your actual sword.
Oh yes, the sword.
Yeah.
Yes.
But this will do 1d10 plus 1d4. There's a dice tray below the chat. You'll see the shapes of the different dice. Click on a
Boom,
d10 and a
boom.
d4 and hit roll. Nice. 7. Okay, he had 7 hit points. So how do you take out the bat?
I think Pio will will leap into the sky, and as she's coming down, she'll land sword first onto the bat's neck area.
Nice.
And as it flails around, she'll hold on, but it looks like she's losing her footing, so she's just kind of flailing around. But the bat goes down, and she kind of skitters off of it.
Nice. You step onto the edge of the well as the bat plummets down.
Yep, exactly.
Awesome. The
Most impressive, young frog.
Yeah, I think McAndrew gives you a look of approval.
It's like, where did that come from? The skeletons, they persist. And this one will go after Zaba. So as he comes out of the well, he can move over where the well is. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so he would have enough movement to get out of there from the well. He will attack Zaba. And he swings a short sword at you. And that is a miss. And who does this one go after? Goes after Flavius. Now he's going to move past. He's going to move past Pio. So Pio, you're going to get a chance to maybe hit him. He's going to have to make an evade roll. If he fails this, you'll get a free attack on him. And he failed it. Yeah. So Pio, you get a free attack on that skeleton right there.
Okie dokie. Let me pull up my character sheet because I closed it for some silly reason. And then I will do the short sword, slash stab. Yep, we'll just do slash. No.
Oh, you know what? You get a bane on that. Go ahead and roll that again. Don't push it. Just re-roll it.
Sure.
That should be a boon, you mean,
Or,
right?
A boon. Yeah, sorry, not a bane. Yes, a
Oh, okay. I'll just re-roll it then.
Yeah. For the song.
Oh, that does hit.
That's
Yes.
a hit. Yeah, now roll damage.
Okay, and to roll damage.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
So Pio's the tank. We didn't know this. But Pio, how do you take that one out?
I think as it slides by, or as it runs by, she'll just sort of spin and cut it in half,
Nice.
and bones just fly everywhere.
This one will climb out and go towards Perlin. He does not have enough movement, so he's going to double move to get to Perlin. And we go to round 2. Pio, you're up first.
Oh my god, Pio. Okay, I will... I guess actually I'm gonna go this way.
Nice.
And I will attack this one, and I get a boon still, or
Yes, yep, the song is still going.
He's narrating all of your actions. He's
That's
thinking about
right.
how amazing you are. Look at this.
With a dragon. So now click on where it says critical hit. You have the option. You can do double damage, or you can do a free attack against another enemy, but I don't think you have the movement to get down to that other enemy. So probably,
No, I don't think
probably
so.
double damage.
Sounds good. Just double damage.
And click the roll
Damage.
damage. Wow, okay. How do you take out that skeleton?
As the other skeleton like shatters or like bursts into bone, she'll use the momentum of turning to start running towards the other skeleton and just like doesn't even really slash or stab it, just kind of like clatters into it with enough force with her sword in front of her to like burst it apart.
Awesome. Clatters of bones everywhere. Makander, you're up. There are 2 skeletons left.
And not much. Let's see. So I can only go.
So you can
I'll
move
do my full
4
movement.
squares.
I can move 4 squares.
Yep.
Okay. So let's do move. Let's see.
Yeah, you can move up to right there, and then you could attack that skeleton.
Yeah. All right. Let's see how that works out. Okay. And then boom. Sorry, taking me just a second there.
Ooh, thank goodness for the boon. That's a success instead of a demon. And, ooh, how do you take that one out?
He just takes the axe from behind and just basically slices it and just kind of disintegrates.
Nice. The skeleton. This one is going after Zaba. And he will try to gut you with this sword. He's going to stab it right into your middle for the bulbousy part of the frog. And that's a hit. Now, Zaba, you've not acted yet. You can try to parry this, you can try to evade it, or you can take the hit.
Well, I want to attack it, so I guess I got to take the hit.
Alright. He hits you for 3 damage. I'll apply that. Minus your armor, you take 1 point of damage. And now, Perlin, you're up.
Perlin will switch with Zaba if he wants to go first.
Yeah. Let me swap initiative for Zaba. Zaba, you're up.
Okay, so I've got my long sword out, so the boons are still up.
Yep.
And so this is a silver long sword.
And with the boon, roll damage. Oof. Yeah, how do you take him out?
Team.
Just smashing through the rib cage and shattering it into pieces.
Nice. The townspeople look on with amazement, their hands up to their faces like, I can't believe someone stood up to the undead. And they are overjoyed to see that the well has been cleaned out. And they hope that maybe now the water will return. And let's go. Well, is there anything else you want to do here near the well before I go back to the city map?
I don't think so. We can come back to it later. We may want to go actually down in there and see if there's a way they're sneaking into the town.
Right, because why would there be dead bodies down in there unless someone died a long time ago and no one knew, or maybe that winged horror's been dragging victims down there and eating them, and their belongings could be down there.
Right.
Let's go back to the Von Walden mansion.
I think as they're going, Pio's gonna try to act very nonchalant.
Like, I do this all the time.
Yeah, but it's like secretly like glowing, vibrating as she walks, like.
Nice.
Flavius is singing your praises as well. He's like writing a song about all of that leaping heroic action as we speak.
Now, the Von Walden mansion that belongs to the Von Walden family overlooks the village and the entire valley. And the road up here, it's a little uninviting, and the mansion grounds are generally closed off to visitors, but that's never stopped us from getting through a gate. The wrought iron gate is easily opened with a little bit of force and will. The grounds are surrounded by this robust iron fence, and there are dogs you can hear barking around the yard, and a few of them come over to investigate as we're standing near the gate. And they sniff at the air, curiously intrigued by Perlin and Flavius. But the dogs definitely seem like they don't encourage visitors. Now it looks like there's a stable on the grounds with a coach still there, as well as a large guest house, root cellar. You can count 3 floors here. There's probably a basement, and there's a tower that has crows circling it as well.
So are the dogs pretty much growling and preventing us from entering?
Well, you could definitely enter, but you may have to get past the dogs. They may they're not full on barking yet to raise an alarm, but if you step foot in the grounds, they likely will. You've got the gate could be easily bypassed though.
I have a couple of rations we could throw at them to distract them or something.
Let's have the non-feline maybe see if we can even feed them through the gate.
The dogs eagerly come over to the food. In fact, they look a little emaciated, like they haven't eaten in a couple of days. And maybe that's why they weren't barking.
Oh.
Maybe they were more hungry than protective.
Can Pio give them more? Give them like some,
Yeah.
like her ration, like her only ration?
Yeah, you get the sense these animals have been a little bit neglected, that no one has looked after them in days.
And the gate's wide open,
It's open now.
so it's like nobody's here, maybe?
Yeah. In fact, you see no smoke coming from a chimney. There's no lights on in the house or anything. No candles or lamps that are lit.
Well, I think I'm gonna proceed to the front and kind of knock heavily on the front door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You knock on the door, and there's no answer.
Well, now I'm concerned about the state of these people. I think we should get in there and see if they're okay.
Yeah, call it a welfare check. Yes, that's a funny idea.
Well, you have to rationalize it.
Where it's not breaking and entering. We're genuinely concerned about the family.
Indeed. Agreed, we should.
Now, if you try the front door, it is not locked.
Beautiful.
After you?
As you open the door, you see that this ground floor is in impeccable condition. There's a grand staircase, a dining room, a ballroom, a kitchen, and you see that there are coats hanging from racks, there are hats, there are shoes, as though there are people that live here, but you see no sign of anyone here at the moment.
I'm gonna just call out loudly.
Give me an awareness roll after you call out as you listen for a response.
Oh, I'm not the most aware.
Yeah, you hear no response other than the dogs fighting over the last scraps of rations out in the yard.
Yeah, I'll call out too. And listen.
As Perlin activates cat sense, you're sensing whether the place you're in or item you're holding is affected by magic. Perlin, you get a distinct sense that necromancy is at work here.
Well, Perlin will hiss and say that there's a necromancer within these halls, or at least there has been one at work here.
A necromancer.
We must purge this place then.
Exotic.
Now, Zaba, with your awareness roll, you hear scratching coming from the basement. There's a door that leads down there, and there's scratching. It's not coming from the door, but from deep down in the basement.
I hear scratching from the basement. Let's go.
Oh yes, that won't be ominous.
The door is locked. You could try and find the key, or you're welcome to smash it down.
Do a little quick search for the key.
I think we may want to investigate the premises a little bit more.
Yeah.
It would be awful to be trapped in a basement when all hell breaks loose. So you may want to make sure there's nothing in the house.
Yeah.
Now there are stairs that lead up to the the above floors, floors 2 through 4, as well as the tower. If you go into the kitchen, there is food here in the house. There's not a lot of food, not enough for a huge household. There's a few moldy loaves of bread that look like they were baked a few weeks ago. There's bottles of wine that some have been opened and some that are empty. And there's a small pantry with root vegetables, and many of them, the potatoes have begun to sprout. This food's not been touched in quite some time.
I think I'm going to move up to check the bed chambers.
Yeah, as you head up, if the ground floor looked impeccable, up here it is not. The interior looks like it's like a rotting tooth in a mouth that's otherwise clean. The top few floors, they're filled with dust and mold. There's a library, a game room, there's an art gallery, and there's even guest rooms. And the guest rooms are all shut, but if you open one, you see there's a body in the bed, and it looks like it's been dead for quite some time.
Unrecognizable as a...
You can't you can't tell if it's male or female, other than there's hair that's kind of medium length, but it's very desiccated, shrunken. The sheets and bedding are blackened from the decomposition of this body. Likely someone died in this bed months ago.
No rooms or anything odd about the room. Markings.
Not other than it looks like these have been untouched for quite some time. There are, if you continue on, there's stairs that lead up into the tower, and there is a locked door at the top as well.
Can we check the library?
Yeah, you go into the library, and there are many, many books in here. Many of them are old. Some of them are books on history, some are books on legend and other fiction stories. There are books of ancestry of the von Walden family, as well as many books that look like they've never even been opened. Like they just bought books because they're rich, and so they bought books because you're supposed to have a library, but they've likely never even read these books.
Nothing that looks like necromantic or demonic texts or anything, grimoires.
Give me a spot hidden roll. There are not, but you see a few spots where it looks like books may have been and have been removed. And then the books have been arranged to sort of make it still look full, but if you kind of push all the books together, yeah, there's room. I could have put another book in here. So you think there may be books missing from this library.
Right, okay.
Could Perlin go into the library and perhaps run his paws across the shelves and use his magical sense to see if he finds any tomes of animism?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and do cat sense. And as you run your hand over, there's a few wisps and hints of magic, as though something magic had been in here, and it's maybe in those gaps. You don't sense animism at all, but you do sense necromancy. Again, whatever was here was likely a grimoire or book filled with necromantic spells. So we have 2 locked doors, one to the basement and one up into the tower.
Can we search the bedroom for like in the dressers or under the bed or all over for like keys or something?
Yeah. Let me have everyone give me a spot hidden roll. Everyone that wants to go look for keys or things like that.
Not very good at spotting things.
Pia found something. What did Pio find? And Let's see, P.O. You find a horn, a musical instrument, as well as a suit of chainmail. And this looks like an ornate suit of chainmail. This is something. It's maybe decorative, but it's still, it's armor, but it's never seen use. This thing has never been struck by anything. Now, Perlin, you find 7 copper coins, a small pouch with 110 silver coins, and you find a key.
I think Pio will pull out the chainmail and go rushing over to Zaba to show him.
Oh, that's awesome.
Look what I found.
That's great. Are you gonna put it on?
I don't know.
Do you already have armor?
I do, and I kind of like it. But maybe our Mallard friend could use it.
Yeah.
I think does Makander have plate mail?
I'm pretty armored up.
Yeah, I think Makander's he's armored. Perlin can't use it. He wouldn't be able to use magic if he's got metal on his person or that he's actively using. Would Flavius want the chainmail?
Curious. I think he probably wouldn't say no. It does come with banes.
This looks like fancy chainmail. This is
fancy
not the kind of
chainmail.
stuff you buy at a blacksmith shop. This is something that like a noble would wear. It's got epaulets and everything on it.
Oh,
That's
beautiful.
fancy
He could just walk around with his hand on his fancy armor. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's perfect for Flavia.
He's looking at it.
Pio offers it up and offers the horn as well, knowing that you are quite good at playing instruments.
Oh, well, friend, you are a fine warrior and a good friend. Thank you. That horn, yes, that would help, I suppose. I believe that makes it, I could blow it loud enough that really you could hear it anywhere nearby.
Yeah, I think
very useful.
Your lyre has a range of, 10
meters?
10 meters.
Yeah.
The horn is 100 meters.
So that definitely doesn't hurt to have, hang on his belt. Yeah, it's a big difference, yeah. If someone's dying 50 meters away.
Yep. Now,
exaggeration, but...
does Perlin come out of the room patting his now hefty coin purse? I didn't find anything, guys.
Well, it depends which of these 3 objects are the shiniest.
The silver coins. Well, actually, no. Both the copper and the silver are tarnished. The key is probably the shiniest. It was on the neck of one of the bodies around a thin ribbon, and it was held close against the body, and the juices of the body have essentially covered it and kept it from exposure to the air.
Well, Perlin will likely add his small profit of coins to the pile of loot that we've found, but he's more interested in admiring the shiny key that he's discovered.
You kind of hold it up by the ribbon and bat at it with your paw a few times and just marvel at how enjoyable it is to have this new toy. Now this key opens one of those 2 doors.
Well, I suppose I could part with it for a moment if the one of the others wanted to try the key on the locked doors.
It seems to fit the tower door.
And what lies within the tower door?
Well, inside you find a room, and this looks to be a small study, or someone has made it into a study, and inside there are many forbidden tomes and rambling notes about someone named Morrigan, and about removing protective wards to allow Morrigan to return to the earth. There's also some treasure. There's a flute and a lot of musical. We can start a band here.
Yes, they must be putting a band here, indeed. Fine people.
A lot of musical instruments, as well as a scroll. And did I make the scroll? I did. All right. Let me put the scroll in here. There are 2 scrolls. There is one of mental strike, and there is a scroll of animist magic. Those forbidden tomes, those are the things that radiated the necromantic magic that Perlin was able to pick up upon. These were what was taken from the library. And we see again the name Morrigan, as well as reference to removing wards that would allow Morrigan to return to the earth. There is also a engraved case here for tobacco, like a snuff box, and there are 3 initials on the snuff box: KVW.
Well, Perlin were warned that there is a great deal of evil magic in this room, so any who want to read through these tomes should best be prepared for what they might find within them.
Now, that scroll of animist magic has 2 spells: Restoration and Animal Whisperer. The other scroll has Mental Strike, which is a mentalism spell. Now, anyone could use that. If you use that, it's like a single-use item. You would cast Mental Strike without needing to expend willpower, then the scroll would be gone. Or if you are a mage, you could try to learn that if you had access to the mentalism school.
Well, Perlin would definitely like the Animist scroll. He's most interested in those spells. He has little interest in mentalism, though, so if someone else wanted to take that, it might prove useful.
What was the name of the son again?
Yeah, do you guys recall the name of the...
Because I assume that's KVW von.
Yeah,
von Walden.
Conrad.
Yeah,
whatever.
okay. So it's Conrad with a K. All right.
Yeah. If nobody wants that mental strike scroll, I'll just take it.
I think we have our potential necromancer, KVW, or the like. You guys got all your trinkets? Should we see what's in the basement?
Yeah, did we,
We do not have a key for the basement, but that only stops you if you aren't afraid to break down doors.
yeah, could we actually, do we know about those coins, or did
Did Perlin keep those coins
Perlin-
secret, or do you tell everyone, hey, look, I found these coins?
Oh, no, Perlin doesn't care to hoard them for himself. He definitely shared them with everyone in the group.
So that's 22 silver each, and we'll say 2 copper each.
thank you.
And as we gather around the door that leads down to the basement, where we can hear those scratching sounds, why don't we take a break here? Let's take we're past the halfway point. Let's take an 8-minute break, enough time for a drink or a restroom or stretch your legs, and we'll meet back in 8 minutes, and we will continue on from there. So I will see you all shortly.
from the evil goblin. I ignore all the signs of impending danger, because I'm a fighter and not some crappy ranger. 47 hit points and a high dexterity, 17 for strength. Kobolds are afraid of me, crafted from numbers on living paper. I skip from the mundane to a medieval caper. While in real life, my fate is unspoken. Hero roll of the dice, and my fate is unspoken. I locate the lair, but it doesn't make much sense to me. I think that the DM might be out to get me. A hero in armor and truth, bards tell my legacy. The flame of my torch illuminates the enemy. I win in a battle, hewing foes asunder. Deeper I venture, the deeper I wonder. The bodies pile up before me, the corpses I plunder. The deeper I venture, the deeper I wonder. Crafted from numbers on living paper. I skip from the mundane to a medieval caper. And while in real life, my fate is unspoken. Hero roll of the dice, and my fate is unspoken. No. I drink my last potion, I charge through the open gate. The flame of the dragon, try to seal my awful fate. With a handful of dice, 5 times I roll 20. The dragon goes down, the DM no bloody. I leave with the princess, a satchel chock full of gold. We head to the tavern, where my mighty tale unfolds. Crafted from numbers on living paper. I skip from the mundane to a medieval caper. While in real life, my fate is unspoken. Hero roll of the dice, and my fate is unspoken. The king he honored me with the mighty crossbow. It's blessed by the elves, he said. I thank him and I go. The life of a
All right, I am back. Sound off if you are here.
Hello.
I'm here.
Hello, hello. Hello.
I'm here.
Hello. And Luke, are you here? I'll give Luke a moment. Once he's back, we'll jump right in. Then we will open the door to the basement and see what's in there.
Got a bad feeling it's
It's probably not going to be good.
yeah, but I think it's might be Conrad in some form or another in there.
Some way, shape, or form. Luke, are you back with us yet, sir? Nope, not yet. I'll give him a moment. Well, now that Taylor and Ghost Monkey, you've had at least a brief introduction to Dragonbane. How are you finding it so far?
I like it. It's fast.
Yeah, very fast.
Yeah.
Yep.
Had about the best introduction you could probably get to a
Excellent.
game where you roll well.
Right? Yeah, where you crush everything in front of you. Don't worry, that doesn't always happen.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But yeah, it's nice because it is so fast. So even though combat, like in other systems, there's 15 minutes between my first turn and my second turn, this one's really fast, and it makes it very, very chaotic but very engaging because it's like, oh my, I can do something, right away. So here we go. Luke, are you back with us yet, sir? Oh, we'll give Luke just another minute, and we'll hop back into it. We'll go for about another hour and 10 minutes. That'll put us at 3 hours of playtime. And if that works for everybody, then we will see how far we get. I figure this is going to take probably 3 sessions. Could go shorter, could go longer, depending on what we do and when it feels right. But I would guess 3, maybe 4, 2 to 4, somewhere in there, to get this finished. So
Sounds good.
Yeah, it should be good. Luke, are you with us again, sir? I'm going to drink some water while I'm waiting for Luke. He's usually Johnny on the spot. I think when we take our break, he just sits there with his microphone muted, waiting to get back into the action.
Oh, I don't mind.
Gives me a chance to admire the comic book cover that Ghost Monkey came up with.
Yeah.
I'm going to put that on the thumbnail for the video on YouTube. I'll put that kind of in the corner like a little book there, so that would be awesome. Well, Luke,
I tried to make sure the little frog had lots of blood.
I am, yes,
right? Let's jump back into the game. So we're going to open that basement door. Now we don't have a key. Smash our way in. It's going to be a strength roll with a bane for one person to bash it in, but I would let someone help. That would negate the bane, make it a straight strength roll. I think Makander is probably our strongest, if you want to put your shoulder into that. Or maybe Pio is helping you, and Perlin cast mesmerizing light, and a light bursts out of his staff, casting its glow all around us, because the basement's probably very dark. Excellent. Makander, you burst through there on the first push, and as you do, that scratching and scrabbling sound you heard quiets. Now the stairs lead down, and when you get down there, the smell hits you first. It's a musty sort of smell, almost sickly sweet. It smells like death. And when you get down to the basement, you see 6 coffins all in a neat row. And 4 of them are open and empty, and 2 of them are shut. There is also a circle painted in white chalk on the ground. 2 concentric circles, and there's a large area in the middle. And inside those 2 concentric circles, there are runes written all around. And it does not even take a roll to know that this is some sort of ritual circle, either for summoning or for magical purposes. There is other occult paraphernalia in here, various totems and icons and other things that might be used in spellcasting.
I think Pio will take a look around. other than just trying to
Yeah.
investigate, like what's all the stuff that's used for spellcasting and all that stuff.
Yeah, give me a spot hidden roll. As you give
Not
the
very
room
good at
a
that.
once-over.
Yeah, I'm not very good at that.
Do you want to push that?
Yeah, I'll push and I'll choose scared because I think
Yeah.
that fits the most. Actually, there we go. Push roll. I don't think it's gonna work, but nope.
No, it was close. Well, as you start going around the room, what scares you is when you look at the coffins, and you see two names that are engraved on the two closed coffins, and the names are Ernst and Lise von Walden. Ernst and Lise.
I think Pio will wave Zaba over.
Yes, have you found the source of the scratching?
Just as you say that, you hear that scratching sound. It's coming from Ernst's coffin.
Pio will draw her sword and take off her shield and like step back from the coffin.
Yes, McAnder noted they like to take walks at night. They were rarely seen during the day.
Yeah, this doesn't bode well. Can we scruff the circle? I'm
Yeah.
gonna turn to our magic user. Would there be any harm in us scruffing the circle?
Well, I'm not very familiar with necromancy, but what do I know of
give me
circles
an-
such as this?
Give me an animism roll.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, you know that this is a place of power, that this is some sort of nexus that has been used in the casting of spells. Now, this is very much anathema to animism. Animism believes that there is a spirit, a living force inside everything, from the wind to a stone to the food you eat. This does not rely upon things like this. This is almost an obscene perversion of animism. This is calling upon those spirits that have finally found rest and urging them or willing or coercing them back into life. And this sends a chill up your spine. In fact, give me a will roll as you realize the foul evil of this place. Yeah, for a moment you swallow hard, thinking, oh, this is... Like, if I could burn this house down, I would. But, you know, your guests in town, your recent arrivals, that probably would not bode well. Do you
Well, I will,
want to destroy that circle?
Yes, I will tell my companions that the circle is a nexus of necromantic power. It's likely very evil, and that we would be wise to destroy it.
I'm gonna duck walk all over that circle.
As you go to the circle, I don't have a good map for this, so I'm going to use just a generic battle map, and I'll take us all to the map here. One second. Let me draw the circle on here. So that's the circle right there. And as McAnder steps across the circle and starts to mar the surface, the two caskets burst open. And what comes out is a thing of nightmare. These are two very old and very powerful vampires, Ernst and Lise von Walden. And they hiss and groan at the defacement of that circle. and they will attack. If you want to go ahead and draw an initiative card. All right, Zaba, you are up first, and let me get us some combat music going here. There we go. All right, Zaba, you're up first.
Okay. Zaba says, I was born for this, and begins to cast Dark Binding. So, that basically works like ensnaring roots, but it can actually work on demons and undead.
Nice.
So guess I'm going to ensnare this one. I don't know the exact. I don't have the ensnaring roots rules open in front of me.
Yeah. So what ensnaring roots does? Let me. I'll paste it into the chat. And this will be slightly different from what this says in here. And you said the top one here, or the bottom one?
Yeah, I was going for the bottom one.
Okay. So the victim will be restrained. So let me mark them as restrained. Perfect. So they are unable to move. To break free will require an evade roll, and they get a boon on it. And then each attempt will count as an action in combat. And the binding grants a boon to the next attack against the victims if they are undead, which these are. So that one will get a boon against whoever attacks that one next.
Yeah.
As you see these ghastly hands burst up from the ground and grab the legs of Lise von Walden.
Oh yeah, I should have read the flavor text of what it actually looks like.
Yeah. Makander, you're up next.
Well, Makander will be foolish, and he will move to here and attack this one, or attempt to attack this one.
Nice. Roll damage.
Sorry, it rolled it twice somehow.
That's okay. We'll take the first one. You slash with your mighty battle axe, but it only seems to deal about half of what you would expect against this vampire, as though your blade has not been set apart for this purpose.
Okay.
The vampire. Now, in Dragonbane, these are monsters. So monsters are different from normal attacks. Kind of like the skeletons. Those were normal foes. This is a monster. In Dragonbane, monsters are particularly hard because they never miss. They automatically hit in combat. There is a table, and I will roll on the random table to see what the attack is. And sometimes it targets one person, sometimes it targets many people, but we'll go with that attack, but they will always hit. You will have a chance to try and parry or evade if you have an action remaining, but we'll see what they're going to do here. Forceful throw. The vampire grabs an opponent. It's going to grab Makander, because he's right there. Will hurl you with unnatural strength. So Makander, you will take 2d6 bludgeoning, and you'll land prone the same number of meters away. Now, if you still had your action left in the round, you would be able to potentially evade this. Sometimes you can parry, but with a monster attack, it's only if it says you can parry. But you've used your action, so you are helpless. As the vampire grabs you, it grabs you by the neck with one hand, picks you up, and inflicts 6 points of bludgeoning damage to you. Now, you have armor that will block all of that as you're thrown, and you will land 6 meters away. So I'm going to move you 3 squares. 1, 2, 3. It hurls you away from it in a loud blast, and then the vampire will move. And it will move over to here. It moves with superhuman speed. Perlin, you're up.
Perlin will step back, and then he will look at the vampire ensnared in the roots, and he will begin to cast a spell.
You get a boon on this casting roll. Nice. Banish works. Oh, man.
Damn.
He will take
Holy
all
schmoly.
of that damage, and you see blood fly out of this vampire.
Yes, the cat's eye on top of his staff begins to glow a bright white light as he calls out some ancient words, and a powerful spell is evoked and banishes the vampire.
Now, do you move, Perlin?
He will take a few steps back from the circle.
Alright, this vampire, to break free, it can make an evade roll. If it succeeds, it does not break free. So on its next turn, which is right now, it goes again. So this thing has what's called ferocity, and many monsters do. Has ferocity 2, so it draws 2 initiative cards each round of combat, so they each get 2 attacks. On this one, one of the... let me paste it into the chat so you can see what this is. Copy this, and if I paste it, will it work right? Yeah. So vampires can use an action to transform into a swarm of bats that immediately escapes from combat. The escape can only be stopped by sealing the place where the fight occurs. The vampire must then wait till the next sunset before the action can be performed again. So Lise von Walden turns into a bunch of bats, and many of them fly away, but a few are still held by those grasping hands. But it flies up into the ceiling, past you, through the rafters, and up the stairs. And where it goes, you don't know. Now, Ernst von Walden goes next. Ernst will pounce on an opponent and drink their blood. The victim takes damage. Armor has no effect while the vampire recovers hit points. The vampire continues to drink, sucking out additional hit points and willpower. Each turn, the victim becomes paralyzed, cannot move or perform any actions except trying to break free, which requires a will roll with a bane. If you lose your last willpower as a result, you're exposed to the vampiric disease, and you'll become a vampire the next night. So, let me roll randomly to see who Ernst will choose. P.O.
Okay.
Now, P.O., you have... why does that... Okay. Actually, hang on. Perlin just... Wait, why did P.O. get skipped? Sorry, P.O., it's actually your turn.
Okay.
I don't know why P.O. got skipped. But after you, the vampire's going to go after you, so...
I wasn't sure, but we were at the same initiative, so I thought maybe
It still should have been you. You're higher in the initiative tracker. I don't know why it
Gotcha.
skipped over you. So sorry about
Alright.
that.
No problem. I think seeing seeing Perlin's display, she's gonna get a little bit more confident. She was looking a little wavery before, but now she's gonna be a little bit more confident. She's gonna set her feet behind her shield. She's gonna push up here, and she's going to try to swipe at this thing.
Nice.
I'm gonna actually use the shield though, so
Bash it
she's
with
gonna
the shield? Yeah.
yeah, she's gonna come in and try to bash it with the shield instead.
Nice.
So let's see here.
Click on your shield. It'll use your
attack.
highest strength willpower or strength
Yep.
skill.
Roll.
Nice. That's a hit. Roll damage. Nice. He takes about half of that. from the shield. Now it's his turn, and now he pounces on Pio. And so, Pio, you will take this much damage, 6 points of damage. Armor has no effect, so I'm going to assign that to you. You take a hit. You will also lose... the vampire will recover those 6 points. And then you will also lose 1d6 willpower. You'll lose 3 willpower. I will take that off of you as he begins to drink your blood. Now, on your next turn, you can't do anything. You are paralyzed. You cannot move or perform any actions on your turn except trying to break free. That's a will roll with a bane. And then the vampire is going to just continue to drain you until he has you down and turned into a vampire. Hopefully that can be halted. Flavius, you're up.
Yeah, this might seem counterintuitive with him on top of Pio, but I think Flavius will do his song. He'll sing the song he's been working on. Pio, the brave, Pio the pouncer, maybe it'll help. We'll see.
Nice.
I think that gets everybody. Yeah.
Yep. Excellent. Oh, the vampire goes twice. Wow. Oh, dang. Shoot. Okay. Pio will take... Oh, boy. Pio will take 1d6 hit points and willpower on this attack, so the vampire will drain you for 5 hit points. Armor has no effect. Shoot.
Oh.
I'm gonna get in there.
Then we'll drain you for willpower. We'll take only 2 willpower.
All the blood.
But the vampire will also regain 5 hit points.
Well, I can make death rolls though, right?
Yes,
so that's okay.
Yep. And then he goes again, and he will.
Yep.
He will drain.
God, I can't use Guardian this whole time.
No, not unless you're up next to. Oh.
Yeah.
All right. So you see Pio quickly expire. That's -6. And Pio, you fall not quite unconscious, but you're close to unconsciousness. Now you will also lose willpower.
Let's see.
Now it's not until you lose your last willpower, so you're actually still okay. Once you lose your last willpower, then
unless he rolls a 6 here.
Yeah, that's when you're exposed. Oh, no. Okay, here's the way that diseases work. So the vampire's disease has a virulence score, and his virulence is 12. So he's going to roll for the disease, and he wants to beat a 12. Now you're going to make a... Okay, he does. He got a success. Now you're going to make a constitution roll. And you want to win this, if you can. You want to pass. And you do pass. Whew. Okay, so the way that that diseases will work is you roll against the virulence of the disease. Now, if the disease wins, which it did not, you rolled lower and got a success, you resist the disease. If not, then you would take this on. Now that you are completely drained, he will release you so that you are no longer paralyzed. He has sucked everything out of you that he can, and as far as he knows, he just transmitted the disease to you. So after he drops you, he will then move, and he's going to move up to Makander. Oops, let me grab this here.
Hire a frog, that could be trippy.
Right? Alright, let me move him up to Makander. And Makander, it's your turn.
Well, not many options here except to attack.
Yep.
So for Makander, the let's see, the ability.
The ill-tempered?
Yeah, is that for just skill checks or is that for attacks as well?
For attacks as well. It's probably best with attacks.
I'm going to use that right now.
Perfect. So click on it. It'll cost you willpower, and then you'll take the angry condition.
Okay.
The only thing you can't use this on is intelligence-based tasks, but you can definitely use it on attacks and then add a boon to your attack.
Okay.
And I'm going to give you a condition. Ooh. Now you can push it, and you'll
I'm gonna
still
push
get
it.
the boon.
I'm gonna push it. Let's go with.
Now, Pio, you're still in good hands because we've got Perlin that can heal you.
Absolutely.
But you'll get a chance to, well, maybe to see what happens when you're down. If not, because he may heal you next, unless he goes after the vampire. Nice. He takes about half of that.
So,
Perlin, you're up. Do you go after the vampire? Do you help Pio?
No. Perlin will use one of his healing spells.
Okay. Oh, you get to lick the frog, huh? Isn't this the one where you...
Do we have boons right now?
No, yes, we have boons. From Flavius.
Oh, yay.
Nice. Oh, I gotta turn that stupid...
oh wait, would the boon have been 2 boons then for Makander or no?
Oh, you know what? It would have.
Okay, just curious. Okay.
So you heal wound on Pio. So Pio, you're going to recover 6 points of damage. Had you not recovered, you would have a chance on your turn to rally yourself to basically get back up on your feet. You're still dying, but you could get back into combat. But at the end of every round, you'd have to make a death roll. But because you just received healing, you no longer have to make a death roll. And on your turn, which is coming up soon, you'll be able to get up and take action.
Great.
Flavius, you were playing the tune.
Yeah, and he'll keep playing. He'll trade with Zaba.
Okay. Zaba, you're up next. That keeps the song going. It goes until until Flavius takes his next turn. So pushing him to the end is a good strategy.
Yeah, he wants to go first and then go last.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to move up to that there. And then, where'd it go? Do the same thing, dark binding. So the ghastly hands again come out of the ground and ensnare him.
Nice. So the next attack on him will get a boon.
2 boons. Amazing.
2 boon, yeah, double boon. 1 from the song and 1 from dark binding. Pio, your turn. You regain your feet. Now, you would have been knocked prone when you went unconscious, but it's a free action to stand up. So you can still do your full movement. You can move up to 6 squares, and you can attack.
Okay, I think Pio will, open, her eyes will snap open after being, in a heap on the ground. And she'll see, Perlin, standing over her. And she'll look around and gain her bearings and then hop up to her feet. She looks pretty bad.
Little
kind
pale.
of blood everywhere. A little pale, blood at the edges of her mouth. But she'll spot the vampire and she'll do the leap again.
Nice.
Leaping.
You get 3
One suggestion:
boons
if
on
you
this
do,
one.
try to end up next to me. Yeah, so
Yeah,
I can.
you can
if
guardian.
he attacks.
Yep.
We can guardian each other.
Yeah.
I can. Yeah.
Okay, and I will use the short sword with 3 boons.
Oh.
And I will...
If you get 3 demons, that's the first that's ever happened. So I'll give you some sort of prize.
Yay, dragon!
Nice.
Oh, man.
Pio the Pouncer.
Yep.
And then...
Oh, wait. You know what? You can't pounce. You don't have willpower.
That's true. Okay.
So, but you can run over. But it's still a dragon. That was the first one that I rolled. First dice. So.
Okay. So I'll just run over and try to stab. And it should... There we go.
Nice. You'll take half of that, but that's still a solid blow.
9? Not bad.
Flavius.
Give me back my blood. That's mine.
Yeah, Flavius will keep the music going. Get him surrounded.
Excellent. And Pio, you're up next.
Oh, Pio's again, huh? Okay. I guess Pio will just keep chopping. Is this still at
One boon.
One boon? Two
Yep,
boon?
one boon.
Alright.
Nice.
Alright. And Pio will just keep chopping.
Takes half of that. And Flavius, do you want to trade with like Perlin or Zaba?
Yeah, Perlin, do you want to trade, or if you'd prefer not to go next, then Zaba?
Perlin would like to go.
I love having a bard.
Right?
This is so fun.
Perlin, you're up.
People are actually succeeding at things.
Yeah.
Perlin will call on his ring to lend him more power as he seeks to banish this vampire.
Nice. Excellent. He takes all of this.
Oh,
Ooh. Okay.
My goodness.
When a vampire reaches 0 hit points, it falls paralyzed to the ground and dissolves into mist. There's a difference, though, with some spells. So, Banish, this targets demons and undead that rise from their graves. It's a violation of the natural order. There's a spell called Purge that's a little bit more effective. This vampire has been banished, but not purged. So he will return at some point, likely after a few hours, probably at nighttime. Ernst will come back with full memory of who did this to him. Now, he is... his body lies on the ground lifeless, and it's rapidly dissolving into mist. Let's go to...
chop its head off.
Yeah, well, we go up next to McCander. Yeah.
I want to chop his head off.
Go for it.
Me too.
Let's see here. So McCander would get 2 boons, right? One from his own.
Yep, from Ill-Tempered and one from the song.
Okay.
Nice. No, wait.
No,
Never mind.
It's a success.
Barely.
As you take his head off, you hear this unearthly wail and cry. As you see his body go from this rather gruesome-looking vampire to take on the features of an old man. And then it begins to become younger and younger, his gray hair turning black, his skin becoming tight on his face as he turns into a man of around the age of 30, which is likely when he was bitten and turned into a vampire. He then quickly begins to rot and decay in seconds before your eyes, becoming merely a pile of dust and pieces and fragments of bone. His head that lays off to the side melts into some sort of black ooze that flows into the grooves around the tiles, forming some sort of unholy grout in there. But Ernst von Walden is dead. Well done. I thought that was going to go really south really fast, so you guys did amazing. Now what?
Pio got put in her place after her first combat. You're doing too well.
One willpower restored for Perlin.
I want to continue destroying the circle, and I think then smash up all the coffins.
Nice.
We have to, we have to then track down the wife and finish the job.
Yeah, Ernst won't be coming back for you, but Lise, his wife, she will.
Can Pio, slump down and, just sit where she, stands right now and just, flop down and take a break?
Squats down on her haunches and rest. If you want to do that stretch rest here, you can, where you recover hit points, willpower, and remove conditions. You can also always do a round rest. You get 1 stretch rest per day and 1 round rest per day before you have to do the full 8-hour rest.
Do I just take the default values for stretch rest?
Yeah, just click on the stretch rest button under the
Yep,
willpower.
and then it comes up D6, and
Yep.
1. Okay.
Yep. Unless you use your memento, then you can remove 2 conditions. Well, you got 1 willpower. That's not great, but the 4 hit points helps.
Yeah.
And then you can remove a condition, which I think...
Scared.
You got scared. Yep, perfect.
I think seeing the vampire slain at least one of them makes her feel more at ease.
Absolutely. Anyone else need to rest? Perlin, you take a look around. You know where the good stuff's at. You find a gold bracelet. You find a book called Ancient Heroes and Villains, as well as a gemstone.
Ooh.
Now the
Can
book...
I have that ancient book of heroes and villains?
Yeah, the book will give a boon on myths and legends rolls.
I think Pio will be like eyeing that book.
Yes, I think the gemstone is more what draws Perlin's interest as it sparkles in the light of his staff.
So then, Pio, I'm going to drag that book from the chat onto your character sheet, and now it shows up in your inventory.
Oh.
And I'm going to change the name to Ancient Heroes and Villains. Nice.
She's accruing a library.
McKenna's gonna light his pipe
Nice. And
sit on one of the coffins that he just smashed.
as you light your pipe, what does it remind you of? How does this help you to remove additional conditions?
It reminds me of half
Half-Baked?
our state of Half Bay and sitting with my brothers, and we all kind of smoked pipes, and after a kind of a little bout or physical competition,
Yeah.
and the storm's kind of rolling in, so it's just a very restive feel.
You don't go to the fridge and open up a beer and say, the worst thing about Gloomshire is all the damn vampires. If you've seen The Lost Boys, you would appreciate that.
Yes, definitely.
Excellent. So we found a little bit of treasure. We destroyed a vampire. Clearly, Conrad von Walden comes from a lineage of fine parents, if they're vampires, and it seems like he's meddling in some sort of necromantic arts. No wonder Gloomshire is in such dire straits. Where do we go from here? Let's go back to the...
Well, they didn't have any sort of shrine or anything that might have been a source of power that Perlin would be most interested to dispel and then destroy.
Yeah, nothing that you saw. Now, that doesn't mean that there isn't one somewhere in Gloomshire, but this was the only place you saw that would have been.
Remember the trip
like
to the
that.
graveyard they sent somebody on?
Yeah.
Yes, that's very true. It's likely where they might have some sort of shrine that might be sourcing their power from.
We do a quick run through of the house or one of these little side buildings to try to find the see if the swarm of bats might be hiding out there.
You want to scour the grounds?
Yeah.
Yeah, as you give it the once over, let me have everyone do a spot hidden roll as you're looking for those bats. Looks like Perlin got a success and Pio got a success. Perlin and Pio, you both notice that there is a window upstairs. It's this window right here. Oops, let me get on the right toolbar. This window up here on the near the top floor that is open. And you suspect that the bats may have fled out of there. Now, it is daytime, but it is so overcast that no sunlight is visible. It's very dim outside, and you think perhaps those bats made it out into the daylight. They could be in any of these trees or anywhere in the surrounding village, but you see no sign of flocked bats or flying bats.
we'll have to come back.
I think we should get the town guard and look at burning this place to the ground.
What happens if you burn a vampire's coffin?
I mean, we already destroyed their coffin. I don't know where they'll have to hide somewhere, right? Some crypt or, I don't know, vampires.
Well, you could give me a beast lore roll and see what you might know.
Can I do a myths and legends roll?
Yeah, you even have a book about myths and legends.
Zaba should know, shouldn't he? He's Demon Hunter.
Yeah, in fact, if you want to give me a beast lore roll with a boon, Zaba, you would. Perlin with a dragon there. And Pio, looking in your book, you both know that vampires need to return to their home earth, whether that's dirt or their physical home or their coffin. They may have a few of these around. So if he's got 2 or 3 coffins, a vampire could go to either of those 2 or 3 successfully, but always some earth from their home needs to go with them. So if they have the foresight, they maybe have moved some of that earth somewhere. Now, another place where there may be coffin and earth from their home could be the graveyard for sure. But it could be anywhere. Someone could have it in the attic of a house, or an old abandoned church, or anywhere, or even stuffed down into a well that no longer runs with water.
So we have 2 options. We destroy it and we limit, or we leave it and hope that it returns and hunt it.
And another question is, do the townspeople know? Do they know that the Von Waldens are vampires?
Well, we're going to find out.
Do you set fire to the house?
Well, no, that's kind of an illegal action. I prefer to have the town's guard take that
have
action.
Them do it?
Yes, it should be the people's choice.
Yeah, we should tell the town guard.
Let's go back to Gloomshire.
I'm also going to lead all the dogs out of here. No one's taking care of these dogs.
Yeah, they were starving animals. So
idea.
In fact, you gave them food. They will happily follow you around. They come up for scratches when they see you come out of the house.
I'm going to pay the slippery fox inn or somebody to take on these dogs.
Excellent. When you get back into town, the townspeople are going about their day as though not much has changed. They're clearly not aware of the situation with the battle that you just fought. They might see blood all over Pio and a few bandages here and there, but they think nothing of it. Or perhaps they're just minding their own business. Stories of your exploits at the well have begun to spread, and you see people kind of pointing and whispering as they see you walking through town. Now, as you reach the village square, let me move our party token over there. Where do we go from here?
I need to quick buy a rope.
Rope? Gree's store over here would likely have rope.
Yeah, how much is that?
Let's see. When you go to the store is a complete mess, and it stinks of ale. It's run by Gree. He's a drunk dwarf miner whose mining party was killed by wolves many years ago, and instead of returning to his homeland, he decided to open up a store. Business never thrives, because he spends all of his coin drinking, and he still seems to hold a grudge against those wolves. In fact, he offers a bounty for Stygian wolf pelts. He will gladly sell you rope. Let me see what the price is. So you know that good, strong hemp rope, 10 meters, typically goes for a certain price in town. He is asking for 15 silver. Now, you know that typically goes for 10 silver. 1 gold is about the going rate in most towns. But here he's asking for a 50% markup. If
Yeah,
you need rope, you'll pay for it. Try climbing with that silver. See as far that gets you.
Yeah, but we're doing a lot of help for the town. We just cleared out the damn well out of these undead skeletons and other. There's a giant bat that came out of it. I'm sure you've heard about it.
Giant bat. Ah, I picked the wrong day to quit drinking. Where was this giant bat, you say?
It was in the well in the village square. I peeked in, and this huge bat thing jumped out at me, and then a bunch of skeletons climbed out, and me and my companions, we killed them all, saved the town.
I'm not too worried about skeletons, but this bat...
You should be.
Are you sure it wasn't a wolf?
Oh, I'm
What
pretty
makes you
sure.
Scared of bats in particular.
Yeah, we see a lot of bats around town, flying overhead. Used to be crows, now it's bats. Always.
This thing was bigger than me.
Oh, it might have been a Stygian wolf then. A wolf with wings. Who ever heard such things? Well, I guess if you done the town a good favor, I can take a little bit off the cost of this rope. Here, I've this one here's got a little fray in it. Maybe 12 silver for this one here. And you can give me a bartering roll with a boon to try and talk him down.
Oh God, I have a 5 in bartering.
Got a 25% chance. Is that with? Oh, look
Nice.
at that.
There you go.
Oh wait, yeah, I have a. I'm disheartened in charisma, so it just balanced out.
Oh, nice. Well, you made a good argument. Look. If you done the town a solid, and if you promise me 2 wolf pelts, I'll take a little off of this. 6 silvers, as low as I can go. But you're robbing me at that price.
Okay, you got a deal. Yeah, we've heard stories of these wolves, and we've been thinking about looking into it. Just haven't gotten around to it yet. But we'll get you some wolf pelts.
Oh, do more than just look into it. I want you to get them. Give me all the pelts. They killed some of me boys once when we were out digging in the mine. They come to use it for a home, and well, we fought our ways out, and I was the only one what made it back, and I vowed vengeance on them wolves ever since.
Where's the mine?
The mine, head west. You can't miss it. There's a big hill with a hole in it. You go into the hole. That's the mine.
Okay, maybe we'll look around there then.
You do that.
Thank you,
Eo,
sir.
I had a question about the vampires. Is there any extra weaknesses beyond sunlight and chopping heads off?
Both Pio and Perlin would know this. You know that running water, is a big no-no for
classic.
vampires. Yeah, they cannot cross running water.
So we got daylight, head chopping, and running water.
And the old stake through the heart always works. Especially like when he was down on the ground, you could have staked him. Or if you find him in their coffin and they're sleeping, you can stake them.
But no holy water.
Depends on the strength of the priest. There's many a priest have sworn by holy water that have then been devoured by...
We got this chapel of light sitting right here off the village square.
Does this Mr. Gree guy sell steaks?
Steaks! Only the finest. What kind of dwarf wouldn't have steaks? Here, Stygian wolf steak, on me! And he's gonna hand you some field rations in the form of Stygian wolf steaks. He's got some of them are dried in jerky, some are salted. He will give you 4 of those. And say, get this stinking meat out of here.
All right.
What
Thank
about
you.
the wooden kind?
Yeah, I meant the wooden kind.
Oh, the wooden kind. No, I thought you meant meat. Oh no. Let me see what I got. And he goes and rummages through his pack. No, No, I ain't got no stakes. I guess you could take some of these tools and make it into some sort of stake. And he pulls out a little wooden shovel. Yeah, snap the end off of this, sharpen it up a bit. You'd have yourself a nice little stake.
Hey, by the way, with the Van Waldens being absentee, who runs this village?
Well, Conrad, but he ain't been seen for a while. We're kind of falling on hard times. We got all this trouble with the dead pounding at the gates, and now apparently coming up out of the well. So we need that boy back here. I don't know where he went. He lives in his own mind sometimes. Hopefully his parents...
And there's no one else responsible when he's absent?
Well, his parents, Ernst and Lise, apparently they went away on some trip, some holiday, but they ain't come back neither. I hope they stay away, because things being as bad as they are now, they might be way late on the road back. Hey, maybe that's what happened to him. Oh,
yeah, maybe.
Oh, no.
Jeez.
This ain't good. Look, I'm gonna close up shop soon. All this talk, dangers made me a bit thirsty. Anything else you need here before I head over to the Slippery Fox for a wee nip?
I think I'm good. Thank you very much.
Oh, aye. How about the rest of you? This ain't no library. Enough looking. Start buying.
Hey, do you happen to sell any potions or perhaps antidotes?
Potions and antidotes. Well, I'm just the man you need. I've got a few of them. I got all sorts of medicinal things that one might need. I've got bandages. I got potions what help you to heal your life force. I got a potion what makes you as fast as the wind. And I've got herbal concoctions that help with disease as well. What do you got your eye on?
Oh, yes, the herbal concoctions. That sounds delightful. I'd like to purchase one if you have one available.
Yes, I make these myself, I do. A little tincture, a little bit of dwarven saliva, and a little bit of herb what I chewed up and spat in here. It sounds terrible, but trust me, it'll do you in a pinch. And an herbal concoction costs normally 1 gold. He's asking 15 silver. This will give you a boon on a healing roll to try and resist a disease.
Well, I would certainly pay you, but perhaps 1 gold is a more fair price. After all, my companion explained that we've done some good for the town and will likely do more good later.
Discount on the rope. You drive a hard bargain. Give me a bartering roll. Yeah, look, I already took a little bit off of the rope. Do you want to push that?
Sure, I will push it.
Yeah, look, if you're gonna rob me, at least, beat me up a little bit. Don't just come here and ask me to reduce my prices. I still gotta live, Drinks ain't free over at the Slippery Fox. So, look, 14 silver. We got ourselves a deal.
Very well. I will accept your price and take this concoction. Thank you.
Now, if you want something real good, I got some of these healing potions. 80 gold and it's yours. And you know that's just robbery. These things are at best 50 gold in any town.
Oh, no, I have no need for healing potions, but for disease, I figured it's good to carry something that might be useful to help heal those.
Yeah. Sure. Look, I'll make some more of these concoctions if you want more. I just gotta go get some more of them weeds, and, well, I can mix it up right quick. If you need more, let me know.
Oh, yes, of course.
Now the rest of you, are you buying or are you just loitering?
What's the speed thing? You mentioned something of speed.
Oh, it is a fine potion indeed. This here potion, what it do is you drinks it lets you act twice as fast. You can cover distances in short time. You can swing your arms about twice as fast as normal. So this would be a potion of haste. And this would, kind of like how a monster can go twice in combat, this would give you 2 initiative cards, so you'd get to go twice as well. Then at the end of the effects of the potion, which lasts anywhere from 3 to 8 rounds, you become exhausted. It also increases your movement rate. Now these are pricey. You know that this is going to run about 150 gold in any town, and he looks at you and says, 200 gold. This potion is yours.
Yes, you jest. Another time in another world.
Yeah. Well, I'll still have it here, because ain't no one here rich enough to buy it.
Yeah. Or foolish to spend 200.
Oh, foolish. You say that when you're up in a pinch and you wish you could swing your arm twice as fast. You'll be thinking of old Gree, you will.
Doubt.
Doubtful. I don't think you'll be my last thought.
Well, that'd be a shame if it were.
Yes, it would.
All right, where to from here?
Is
Well,
it,
the chapel.
yeah, I was thinking the chapel or the barracks. One of
Yeah, or the barracks. We gotta inform the town guard, right?
those two. Yeah, there's a
Well,
vampire on
perhaps
the
we
loose
could-
in their city.
Yes, we could split up. Perhaps some of us could go to the chapel and tell the priests, and the others could go and warn the guards.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll work on the guards then.
So who wants to go to the chapel?
I think
Perlin will go there.
I think Pio is looking pretty traumatized.
Yeah.
So she's just gonna follow Zaba on his heel wherever he goes.
Zaba, where do you go?
I was thinking I would go to the chapel.
Okay, and what about Flavius?
Flavius will go help deal with the guards.
Okay, let's go to the chapel first. The Chapel of Light. This is a modest stone building with an arched ceiling and stained glass windows. I've got a picture here.
Oh, pretty.
It is pretty. It houses a small congregation that believes in the goddess of light. The goddess is symbolized by a golden sun painted on the ceiling with vivid colors. The chapel is attended by a priestess named Minerva and her assistant Chadwick, and for a donation of 10 gold, you may acquire a holy symbol, or if you have the scared condition, they will clear it from you. There's a statue of a legendary paladin hero named Fiona that stands solemnly here. Now, when you arrive in here, the mood immediately begins to change. It becomes peaceful in here. This is a place of respite from all of the troubles and travails of the rest of Gloomshire. Not too many townsfolk are in here. There's a few, but the chapel is strangely quiet and devoid of people seeking peace and solace. It seems as though most tend to stay away from here for whatever reason. You couldn't imagine a more peaceful place. Minerva, the priestess, greets you as you come in and asks if you come seeking healing or wisdom or peace.
Perlin personally seeks all three, I suppose.
Yes, well, let us start first with the healing. Do you have need of healing, sir?
Not myself personally, though. I believe my companion was wounded greatly when we were exploring the manor on the hill. In fact, I have quite a tale to tell you once they've been healed.
Well, let me look them over. And,
Pio will step forward, and she's looking a little peaky and little dark circles under her eyes.
Minerva puts her hands upon you and begins to speak just under her breath, very silently, as though she's whispering to herself. And Perlin, give me an animism roll.
Nice.
This is she's using some sort of spell, but the inflections are slightly different from what you know. And rather than healing hit points, this heals willpower points. And Pio will recover 6 willpower points.
Oh, nice.
She says, "There is not much I can do for the body, but much that I can do for the mind." And then she smiles and looks at Perlin and says, "I believe you owe me a story."
Oh, yes, yes. Well, in fact, it's more of a warning. We took to exploring the manor on the hill, as that is where our leads led us, as we were seeking to expel the undead from the town, and within the confines of that manor we came upon a most horrible evil in the form of necromancy and other evil magics, and in the crypt of the house we found the two that had lived there. They had undergone a transformation into vampires. We were able to vanquish one, but the other sadly fled and got away.
Oh, there are more than 2 that live there. I have known about them for some time, but I have been so busy here that it is all I can do to keep the people at peace, lest they tear at one another with madness. Now, tell me, how many coffins did you find there?
Well, I believe we found and destroyed 2 coffins after we had banished the vampires.
Were there any others? And there were a total of 6.
Yeah, there were 4 that were open and 2 that were closed, and then the 2 that were closed open, and we fought those 2 vampires, and I believe we destroyed all 6.
Yeah, we destroyed all the coffins, though.
Yep.
Well, yes, of course, we took to destroying all that we found, which was 6 in total.
Well, there are more than 2 vampires that live there. There were indeed 6, and with their coffins destroyed, well, that leaves them one less place for peace. The villagers brought me a vampire in chains one night. It was a young child, one of the von Waldens, a daughter. She couldn't have been more than 6 or 7. And I sent her back to the light. I destroyed her physical form so that her spirit could be at peace. There are still 3 others, plus 1 more, if I'm to be believed, if this one escaped, that still harry the town. I do not think they are here, but they must have a place elsewhere where they go and find solace. If you could purge our town of this, I would be grateful. There would be a reward in it for you, I'm sure.
Well, I am very thankful. I simply wish to let you know about the threat, but it appears you're already quite well versed in the matter.
Did you see young Conrad, by chance?
No, I'm sorry to say that we did not.
He is not one of them. There is still redemption for him, I hope. He has avoided the offers of his family to join their line, and has kept his mortal form, but I fear their corruption may spread to him soon. There's been talk of destroying the house, but most of the townsfolk are afraid of doing so. It would be a pity to destroy such a place if Conrad were to be redeemed. He might have a home there still. Maybe he could help lead Gloomshire. He's not been seen in some time.
Oh, yes. One final question, if we are to face the hordes of undead which haunt this town. Do you know, I believe the human folk call the spell by the name of Purge. Do you know it? Could you teach it? I'd be willing to pay you gold.
I do know it, and I will teach it to you. It will take some time, but have a seat, and I will do what I can. And so she will teach you Purge. If you have a teacher, it's significantly easier. You don't have to make a languages roll or anything like that with a teacher. They can charge you for this, and in fact, you will be charged by her. You still have to use an advancement mark to learn it, In Dragonbane, you use an advancement mark for your School of Magic to learn a new spell, but you don't need to make a languages roll. You just have to make an intelligence roll with a boon. So it should be relatively easy for you. She says she'll do it for 50 gold.
Oh, this is a fair price. I will pay you this, perhaps as a donation to the chapel.
Yes, that would be much appreciated. Do you know where to find Purge in the items?
Yes, I can add it.
Yeah, if you want to add it, give me the intelligence roll with a boon now. Nice. You will be able to learn that. You'll just need to use one of your improvement marks for animism to learn that spell. What about Zaba? When you come in here, anything you have to say to Minerva?
Two things. I had the question of she mentioned that Conrad is not a vampire, but it does seem that he's corrupted in some way, and I'm wondering if she knows what the nature of his corruption is. And
of that I'm not sure, but I know that his family will likely pressure him relentlessly to join their side.
Right. And then when we first came in, she'd offered us healing and wisdom or
peace.
Something, or peace. And I was going to ask for wisdom. And say, that as a demon hunter, I've dedicated my life to fighting the evil, necromantic evil, and the undead in all their forms, and as of late, I seem to find it everywhere I turn, and I'm in need of wisdom.
Whenever I need wisdom, I look to Fiona, and she points to the statue of the paladin and says, Fiona, she led a life of wonderful contentment. Fiona was one that we could look to for this history. Let me tell you a story. Our history is sinister. It's one of faith, betrayal, heroism, and death. Gloomshire was once home to an order of paladins called the Blue Rose, who worshipped a deity that has long been lost to history. But they were betrayed by their own, who overthrew the order, created their own order with the emblem of a crow, and summoned a demon called Morrigan from the deepest abyss of the demon realm. She besieged Gloomshire with her creatures of the night, and in their darkest hour, a legendary hero called Fiona emerged and sent Morrigan and her minions back to where they came from. Well, the temple was defiled. There was no hope for restoration, so the few remaining paladins of the Blue Rose sealed their temple with powerful wards before forever departing the valley. But Fiona, slain in the final battle with Morrigan, was buried in the basement of the Temple of the Blue Rose, as a safeguard in case evil ever rose again. Well, Gloomshire, once a center of faith, has faded from memory and become a backwater village. I think of Fiona and her sacrifice, and that gives me hope and wisdom. Even though she gave her life doing good, we still talk about her today, and that can't be a bad thing.
Yes, I see. Thank you.
Give me an intelligence roll, Zaba.
I just missed it.
Just missed it. Do you push it?
Yeah. No.
She mentioned a name as she was talking to you, and you swear you've heard that name before, but you can't quite recall.
Morrigan?
Yeah, Morrigan.
Yeah.
And she looks at you as though, do you have anything else to say?
I think Pio will kind of pipe up. You mentioned Conrad has not been seen. Do you know where he was last seen?
Well, here in town is the last place I saw him. Some folks say he likes to get away from his family. He's been known to wander up north to the cemetery to visit some of his older relations that were not vampires. It's likely he might go there from time to time. Now, I have made a journal entry available because, Ubik, you mentioned was it a song, and it was the Legend of Gloomshire as sung by Bellamy the Bard. So under the journals, you'll see in the Shadow of Gloomshire the Legend of Gloomshire, and that is the song that you heard at the beginning of the adventure. And it does mention Morrigan.
Yeah.
Well, let's jump to the barracks where Flavius and Makander go. This is a stocky log building which houses the village watch, and inside are rows of bunk beds and the captain's office. The watch consists of scant 12 guards and 3 officers, and there's 4 guards on duty during the day, and the rest split the graveyard shift among each other. The watch is armed with chainmail, helmets, spears, short swords, and bows, and they carry lanterns for illumination. There are a few officers and guards in the barracks when you arrive, and they all look exhausted. They look like they've been burning the midnight oil for far too long. And they look at Makander and say, come to volunteer, eh?
Unfortunately, I've already been volunteering. Who's in charge here?
Well, that would be Captain Roderick, but I'm afraid he's at home. I'm in charge. I can help you here.
All right, well, you may have to rustle everybody up. There is dire news about your esteemed Von Waldens.
Oh, no. What, have they been found?
They've been found to be vampires.
And?
Truth be told. And not all of them are dealt with, and I think we need to deal with the manor, and you need to start keeping the town alert that you could have things lurking around.
Boys, come here. This one just found out about the VWs. Yeah, we know they're vampires. They come around at night here and there. They for the most part, they leave us alone. There's been nothing in town that would cause them any sort of grief to cause them to act up against anyone. How did you find this out? Someone tell you, or you?
So you don't find that quite foolish to have vampires inside while you have the undead outside and surrounded and both inside and out?
Well, we're kind of hoping that the Von Waldens will just continue to do what they do. They take their evening walks and they swing by the Slippery Fox, and they don't give us any trouble, and they seem to know a thing or two about running the books in town. So we'd like to have them here.
Do know what vampires partake of. Somebody is paying the price somewhere.
Well, it ain't me, so what do I care?
Well, you're a crass individual, I must say. This is quite disappointing.
Look, if I was going to be a hero, I'd be in your shoes, but I ain't. I'm a guard, so I do what
that's
I'm
obvious.
told. And look, if you must know, I'm in the Von Waldens' employ.
Yeah, nobody's in their employ anymore.
What have you done?
Oops.
We've helped one leave this mortal coil. Well, I think they were beyond this mortal coil, truth be told.
Tell me it was the mean one. Was it Lise? Did you get rid of her?
They both appeared quite mean.
Ernst is a good man. His wife,
truth be told,
she's one for the vengeance, let me tell you.
Well, she's the one on the loose now.
Oh. And he takes a few steps back away from you. Well, it was a pleasure knowing you, sir. I'm afraid you're marked.
Do you know where they tend to habitate?
Their
beyond
house,
the mansion?
Beyond the mansion? No. Well, we see them in town. They take a walk around the square from time to time, but...
Seeing as you don't seem to care, I may be burning that mansion to the ground.
I would advise against that, sir. It might rile up the townsfolk.
So are all the townsfolk in on this? You guys are all complicit?
No, just the ones in the employ of the Von Waldens.
Is that everybody?
That's all of us guards.
Okay, so you guys are a sorry lot anyways, since no one wants to be hero. So who's going to stop us from burning this place?
You know, them's fighting words, but I'm far too lazy to get off my ass and fight you.
Yes.
Look, I definitely don't want you to burn the house down. It would. What if it caught fire on some of the other homes? Would you be making some of the poor townsfolk homeless?
It's up on an isolated plateau. It's not going to be doing that.
Yeah, but with the wind blowing the way it does, hard to say.
This is just a heavy fog. I don't see a wind.
The wind. It's a mystery. Sometimes there's no wind, and then as soon as you wish there weren't one blows, and you could take out the whole district if you weren't careful. Maybe just leave it to us. We'll take care of it.
You're a sad example of your species, sir. So.
Thank you. My mother says the same.
Yeah.
And you get the feeling that the guards here are a little bit corrupt. Or maybe a lot of bit corrupt. If you're going to do any good for the town, it's not going to be on the behalf of these guards. Maybe for the good townsfolk that you've met. That woman named Brenda at the inn who lost her husband. Or Minerva at the Chapel of Light, or maybe not Gree, he's kind of an ass too, but some of the folk in town seem to be worth saving. And if none of them, the poor folk from the carnival that are now stuck here.
Yeah. Well, what say you, Flavius?
Yes, well, I don't suppose we're going to get much done here. Sorry lot indeed, well said.
Now, you guys meet back up at the village square, kind of a central part of town. We do now have that rope, and we talked about going down into the well. Do you want to do that now?
Yeah, might as well see what's left down there.
Might as well. Nice. Clever.
Might as well.
What time of day are we looking at?
It's probably 2 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Early afternoon.
I think we all should be very aware of night right now.
Yeah.
Well, you tie the rope off near the well and begin to climb down. It's very dry down there. There is the body of that winged horror that you slew. There's also down here. There's where the well bottom should be. You would think it would be muddy, but it's dry, and there's a lot of prints in here, boot prints and footprints and animal prints. But there's a winding tunnel that wends its way under the town in a general northerly direction.
Just as I feared, this could be a way for undead to get into the town.
And you do recall that the cemetery is to the north of town.
Yes.
And that's where we will end the session.
Nice.
Let's go to the landing page on a nice little cliffhanger. All right, so we're going to do improvement rolls. So in Dragonbane, there's no experience points. What you get are advancement marks. And rules as written, there is a questionnaire. And you'll answer the questions on the questionnaire. I'm going to read it for you, and then I'll tell you my house rule. On the questionnaire, here are the 5 questions. Did you participate in the game session? That's a yes. So that would be 1 for everybody. Did you explore a new location? That's a yes. Did you defeat one or more dangerous adversaries? That's a yes. Did you overcome an obstacle without using force? Did we? Maybe.
Obstacles did we have? We got the carnival people inside.
Oh, yeah, okay, absolutely. Yep, absolutely, that would be one. And then the last one, did you give in to your weakness? And so that's listed on your character sheets on the background. So you could get a total of 5 points. Now, if you ever do the solo version of Dragonbane, they just give you a flat 5 improvement point reward. And that's what I typically do. Is you can take 5 points, but if you want to play it rules as written, you would answer the questionnaire, and everybody got at least 4. And if you followed your weakness, which Pio did absolutely, I know Pio did, because we talked about your weakness, you could take those improvement marks. So if you open your character sheet and go to skills, some of you may already have some improvements. These are going to be for dragons and demons that you rolled during the game. So you'll all get those additional ones. Now if you left click on the square, it will put a little up arrow on there. And if you put one where you don't want it, you can right click it and it'll take it off. And then to do your improvement, and we'll do it in turns so we can all revel in each other's advancements, you just then click it again and it will roll your improvement. And you want to roll above your score. So why don't we start with, well, let's start with Perlin, because you already used one of yours to learn your spell. So Perlin's healing goes from 14 to 15.
Ooh.
And we roll a dragon, which does not help your languages at all. You want high rolls here. Myths and legends does not go up. Spot hidden does not go up.
Yeah, that's all for Perlin.
Excellent. If you ever get a skill to 18, then you get a heroic ability. 18 is as high as it goes. Let's go to Flavius next, if you are ready.
Yeah.
Swords does not go up. Ugh.
Not quite.
Not
This one
when
better
we
go
want
up.
dragons.
Oh my god, wow. On a 6. Typical.
Oh, hey,
see.
go up. That's a good one.
I mean, if I get nothing else, I was happy with that. Right. That's pretty cool. And I get nothing else. That's fine, though. That's really good. Evade 15.
Yeah, that's excellent. Let's go to Zaba. If you're ready, we'll do your improvement rolls next.
Yep, I didn't get any dragons or demons, so I just have the straight 5.
Got it.
Evade.
Oh, there we go.
Nice.
Evade goes up.
Try to get sneaking up.
Yeah, sneaky goes up.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Good old spot hidden.
Oh, you're on a roll here. Nope.
Crossbows, no. And swords, please.
No.
Please. No.
No to the swords, but a couple of good ones. You got sneaking up to 15 is, and evade up to 15 is excellent. Let's go to Vikander. If you are ready, you'll just left click on the little up arrow, and it will roll your improvement for you.
Left click. Okay.
Nice. Awareness goes up to 6. Oh, performance goes up. Oh, narrowly missed persuasion. How about spot hidden? This one's got to go up. Yeah, goes up to 6. Now your weapons. A big one here. Axes. Come on. Oh, no. And swords.
Nope.
No, darn it. And last but not least, Pio, your turn. Let's do some improvement rolls for Pio.
Okay. I will do swords first.
Perfect. Here's a big one. Used your swords a lot. Darn it.
And spears next. Nope.
Oh, teetered
and
from the 19.
Spot hidden.
This one's got to go up. Yes.
Yep. And then myths and legends. Nope. And evade. Nope. And awareness. Nope.
No, almost. Okay, and then for vanquishing one of the 2 von Waldens, you're going to get a heroic ability. This is kind of a milestone thing. A really good one to take for like Pio and Vikander is defensive. What that lets you
that's
do,
what I was going to do.
It will let you out of turn spend willpower to try and parry a blow. So defensive is a great one. If you want to look at the list of them, if you go to the journals and go to the rules, I think is it under skills? Yep, and then heroic abilities. I'll post this if you guys want to look through it. But defensive is a great one for knights. But everyone can choose one, and you can drag it from the document onto your character, or I can help you with it. Pio, did you want to take defensive?
Yeah, I'll drag it.
Yeah, another good one if you're not a knight, like fast footwork lets you evade.
Yeah, that's what I want to take.
Yeah, so I'll put defensive on Pio.
And I was going to recommend that too. That's
Yeah, fast footwork and defensive are like two of the best ones to take early.
yeah.
Put that on Zaba. And Makander, did you want to do defensive, or do you want to take something else? Like double slash is a good one. If you want a more offensive thing.
We wouldn't consider the vampires monsters, would we?
They are monsters. Yep.
So Dragon Slayer
would be a good one.
Yeah.
Yep. And you can decide after you know that you've hit that you want to do that. Do you want to take Dragon Slayer?
I'm trying to think if there's anything that would help the rest of the group.
Battle Cry is good. It lets people remove conditions.
Let's take a look. Battle Cry, you can, as an action. Heal a condition. Yeah, maybe I'll do Battle Cry.
Because we will rapidly find that we are just swimming in conditions, and it makes it really hard to do stuff. So Battle Cry is super useful. What about Flavius? Do you know what you want to take?
So maybe fast footwork, but I'm gonna think about it for a minute. So I'll ask you at a later date.
Yep. And Perlin, what about you? Do you know what you want to take?
I'll need to look at them, but I'll decide later.
Okay, excellent. Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'll leave the server up for like an hour if you guys want to do any tinkering with your character, if you want to look through the rules or anything like that, they'll be on here. I'll get the video posted as soon as we're done here. I'll send a link in the chat. Otherwise, I will see you all. Some of you I think I see tomorrow for Through the Valley of the Sphinx. Otherwise, I will see everyone next Saturday for Shadow over Gloomshire, session 2. And I think probably 2 more sessions, and I think we'll have this done. So, well done, everybody. Fantastic experience so far.